Hello and welcome to another Football Commentaries live stream. Today it's a massive game for both teams, mainly for different reasons. Chelsea, 3 points could do them a massive favour in the top four race. Alongside that, it could mean that Liverpool win the league. For City, it doesn't mean much in terms of position and placement, but it does have a massive factor, like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, of Liverpool winning the league. A win is enough to stop that or to delay it. A draw or a loss will give it to Liverpool. So it's a massive game for different reasons for both teams, but mainly people are going to be watching. Well, neutrals are going to be watching for the fact that Liverpool could be winning the league tonight. Obviously, a huge 4-0 win against Crystal Palace at home, which is obviously going to serve them for confidence going into the game against City if City win tonight, and it means they could win at the Etihad. So City, if they want to, keep their confidence going from the restart of 3-3, then this is a fantastic opportunity to keep that confidence going. So massive game. We are 9 minutes away from the kickoff, 8:15. It is boiling in England right now, and I'm just going to get it up now. In England currently it's kind of cooling down a bit at 28 degrees, so still boiling as all day. So I'm just going to get the stream out quickly and then I'll get into the lineups. But massive game. And I'll go through the lineups when I've just done this. Put it on my Instagram, on my Football Commentaries Instagram, which you can follow. Right, there we go. A few changes for City. There's one noticeable player who's not even in the squad. Never mind on the bench or even in the starting 11. So I'll go through them now, and then I'll just say the names now, and then when we get like a few minutes from kickoff, I'll just go over them again, but a bit more in depth. So for Chelsea, they have gone with an unchanged back four from their 2-1 win at Aston Villa. That is Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, with Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen, Antonio Rudiger and Marcos Alonso as the back four. Both playing the same formation, both teams 4-3-3. Three midfield for Chelsea is Ross Barkley, N'Golo Kante and Mason Mount. And the front three is going to be Willian, Olivier Giroud and Christian Pulisic. And then for City, we have got Ederson in goal, with Walker, Fernandinho, Laporte and Benjamin Mendy making up their back four. Rodri will play that holding role, and then we'll have Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan alongside him. And then up front is Raheem Sterling, it seems, with Bernardo Silva and Mahrez on the flanks. That could change. It could be that Bernardo plays up front. Mahrez could drop in up front. I think they'll definitely have a free roam, the front three, for sure. For sure. 7 minutes from kickoff as well. I'm going to go through the lineups again in a few minutes' time. I'll also say the subs. So big game though, massive. History could be made for Liverpool, and they're not even playing in the game. They're not even involved. It's how football works sometimes. But huge game, really is. And I think it's gonna be a good one as well. Interesting game. Obviously, Frank Lampard, formerly of Manchester City, and I think his tactical battle with Guardiola will be very interesting to say the least. So it should be a good game. Obviously, both teams attacking as well. Obviously, nothing needs to be said about City's attack, but for Chelsea as well, they do like to play positively, with a positive mindset. So, this game could go, could go either way. It really could. obviously Chelsea are just starting to rebuild some kind of structure in their club now, after a few years of a little bit of uncertainty with like managers and all that. But it seems like they've got a set plan ahead of them with Frank Lampard coming in. So, yeah, we're 5 minutes from kick-off. In about 2 minutes, I'll go through lineups again, a bit more in-depth and with the substitutes, as there's a few youngsters on the bench for City tonight. Well, just huge importance overall for both teams. Obviously, and as well, it is hot, humid, just not nice in England right now. Like I said, it's in certain parts of the country, it's been 32 degrees, which is hot for England, especially. So I'm hoping the intensity is the same level. I watched Southampton Arsenal before, 2-0 win for Arsenal, I think, unless anything happened. Let me just have a quick check, because I did finish it early. Yeah, finished 2-0. So just important games all around, really. Obviously, Arsenal needed to get their first win after the lockdown, after a little bit of uncertainty. And the City players are entering the field now with their third strip. I don't even know what kind of colour match that is, but just hold on, just checking my fantasy league if you don't mind. Right. The players are just lining up now. And I'll go through the lineups once again. Hold on, 2 seconds. It's alright. So we have got Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. Plays £72 million for his release clause back in 2018. He's in goal. With Cesar Azpilicueta at right back, made his 375th appearance versus Aston Villa last weekend. So that was obviously a big milestone for him, the club captain. And then Antonio Rudiger will play at centre back. He's got 2 league goals this season, both coming away at Leicester on the 1st of February of this year. Andreas Christensen is alongside him, with Marcus Alonso at left back. Only his 13th league appearance, Marcus Alonso. Obviously, Reece James has played a lot of the season as well, who's played at right back, meaning Azpilicueta played at left back, so kept out Marcus Alonso out of the team a little bit over the season. And then 3 in midfield of N'Golo Kante, Ross Barkley and Mason Mount. N'Golo Kante playing his 20th league game, a goal in the reverse fixture as well, and a goal against Liverpool in the season. And with Mason Mount, he starts again. He's been featured in every game this season, including 26 starts, 4 sub appearances. So obviously showing great trust in him. Frank Lampard. Ross Barkley, no goals this season in the league, but has got one. Got 2 in the FA Cup, and that one obviously was against Liverpool. So he's in the midfield. And then a front three of Willian, Olivier Giroud and Christian Pulisic. Pulisic, 6 goals, 2 assists this season. 3 goals for Giroud in the league. And a goal and an assist for Willian in the last game before lockdown. Substitutes are, if I'm correct, just make sure anyway, but it is Willy Caballero, Reece James, Kurt Zouma. Hold on, wait. So Jorginho, Tammy Abraham, Pedro Loftus-Cheek, Caballero, Kurt Zouma, Kovacic, Reece James, and Billy Gilmour on the bench as well. For City, we've got Ederson in goal, 28th league appearance for him this season. Kyle Walker scored a goal and an assist versus Southampton earlier on in the season. Fernandinho also at the back, got an assist against Burnley on Monday night. Aymeric Laporte plays at the back, his 10th league appearance of the season. Mendy at left back as well. He's picked up 2 assists. One was against Leicester and one against Crystal Palace. Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan and Rodri in the midfield. No assist in the last 3 games for Kevin De Bruyne that he's featured in the league. Hopefully he can change that. Gundogan in the midfield as well. Last involvement in the league goal was in New Year's Day. And Rodri as well, 24th start for him. Riyad Mahrez up front with Raheem Sterling playing up front and Bernardo Silva on the wings. Mahrez, obviously 2 goals against Burnley. Sterling as well has 5 goals had 5 goals in his first 3 league appearances. Form's dropped a little bit since then, but still a superb player. And Bernardo Silva also in the starting 11, 2 assists in the game against Burnley. Substitutes for City are Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Leroy Sané, David Silva, Nicolas Otamendi, Scott Carson, Tommy Doyle, Taylor Harwood, Bellis and Cole Palmer, all 3 young prospects for City, and I'll talk more about them if they come on or in breaks in the game. And we're about to kick off, so I had to get that done quickly. 3-1 City, what are you saying? Ooh, I'm not. Honestly, for this game, I can't even predict it. I don't know. Maybe a draw. I know that would mean Liverpool winning the league, but I don't know. It could be either a City dominant performance or it could be the other way around. So we're going to get underway. Chelsea will be kicking right to left, City left to right. I'm going to have a timer as well for the halves, as requested in the last stream. So I've got that set up once again. Both sets of teams have took the knee once again in the Black Lives Matter movement. Great to see the Premier League doing something about it. And the game will begin as the referee blows whistle once again. And we've kicked off with Olivier Giroud. Back to N'Golo Kante. Lays it off to Andre Christensen. And Chelsea will actually keep the ball. A lot of teams go long, which he might do here. He tries to play out from the back. He goes to Ross Barkley. Back towards Rudiger. Right, the timer is up and running, hopefully. There we go. As we have started, and it is going to be, I think, a throw-in for Manchester City as Chelsea try to play out the front and the back. And we've got Benjamin Mendy on that throw. Could be a massive night for Liverpool. I know I've said it before, but it needs to be highlighted. Mendy still trying to find an option from the throw. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do and like, and make sure you check out the playlist in the description when you have time. It's a Football Manager series. Mendy finally took the throw. Headed by Azpilicueta, helped on by Antonio Rudiger. Finds Giroud, brings it down for Pulisic, intercepted by Walker. He gets the ball off Rodri as the ball fell out of the touch of Walker. And he's got a nice run down the right-hand side here, Kyle Walker. He's found Riyad Mahrez. Fantastic game against Burnley, scored from the spot. He goes inside to Rodri. Alongside Benjamin Mendy to his left, he'll play it to him. Inside to Gundogan, too much on the pass, and Christian will let it go out for a goal kick. Obviously, positive start from City, as always, try to get on the front foot, try to get forward. And they have there, obviously, a poor pass from Benjamin Mendy to Gundogan led to a loss of possession, but still City try to get on the front foot straight away. As we've got Rudiger from the goal kick. Goes back to the goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. 89th Chelsea appearance for him tonight. Goes long towards Giroud. Wins the header on Fernandinho, but only as far as Benjamin Mendy. Hooks it forward towards Bernardo Silva. Headed away by N'Golo Kante. Falls back to Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield role, formerly of Chelsea. Finds Bernardo Silva. Closed down by Mount. Wins the ball only as far as Rodri. Mendy. Sterling. Back to Mendy. Aymeric Laporte. Poor pass from Aymeric Laporte. He finds Ross Barkley. Inside to Giroud. Needs to move it quicker. Tries to find a switch over towards Marcos Alonso. Poor pass out for a throw-in for Manchester City. Poor ball that from Giroud. Needed to be quicker on moving the ball across. Took way too long. But poor possession from both teams there, losing the ball early on. Obviously, it might take them a little bit of time to get into the game, but still. We have Christensen from the throws move forward into a dangerous area. Dispossessed by Rodri. Falls to De Bruyne. Tries to go long and switched towards Raheem Sterling. Azpilicueta will get there first and head it back to the goalkeeper within the final third. And Kepa has it in his hands. And he rolls it out to the German Antonio Rudiger. 30 German appearances for him. 1 goal in the international level. Finds Pulisic. Ball round the corner towards Giroud in an offside position. Free kick to City. I think it's been taken quickly by Fernandinho. It has. And he finds Laporte. He'll just bring it forward on the halfway line for City. Obviously, I think Chelsea will try and look to exploit the lack of height of Fernandinho by playing Giroud up front. I know, obviously, Abraham is similar height, but I think no matter who they're going to go up front, I think they're going to try and put a target man up there. As Fernandinho's on the ball from the halfway line. Finds Aymeric Laporte. Benjamin Mendy pushing up the field for Manchester City in their changed strip. Sterling tries to play him forward towards Rodri. Intercepted by Kante, but Rodri does win the ball back as it's poked towards him. Mahrez, 1-on-1 with Alonso, plays it back to Kyle Walker. Still around the halfway line is Aymeric Laporte. He'll bring it forward though and go for a crossword switch towards Mahrez. Heads it to De Bruyne. Flicks back to Mahrez. Nice skill from the Belgium. Kyle Walker. Around 30 yards out, Mahrez swings the ball in, intercepted by Kante. It's in the air. Giroud will go for it and he flicks it on, only as far as Rodri. Sterling's got space out wide. He tries to find him, but he'll go to Gundogan, who then helps it onto Raheem Sterling. Cuts onto his right foot. Finds Gundogan in space. Tries to cut it back towards Bernardo Silva. Blocked by Christensen. Corner to Manchester City. We're just over 4 minutes in. and it's Manchester City who have the upper hand in the first 5 minutes. I think the timer is 1 second behind. I'll try and get that fixed for half-time. 3-2 Chelsea win. So we're all expecting goals, which is good. I'm not sure, honestly, this will be a tough game to predict for anyone who's a betting man. As the ball's been put in towards the near post, flicked away from Olivier Giroud, only as far as Gundogan. Has pressure from Willian, but is able to take the ball away from him. Finds Rodri. Lays it back off behind him to Benjamin Mendy. Kyle Walker, who's put himself on the halfway line to defend any counter-attack from the corner, which obviously didn't come from the corner, but just in case. He goes inside to Sterling, laid back off to Walker. Rodri, nice ball to De Bruyne. He's got space on this left-hand side. He finds the cross towards Bernardo Silva. He's brought it down, just kind of swings at it in desperation to try and get a contact, and it's weak and it's straight into the hands of Kepa. Like I said, positive start from Manchester City. Christensen. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Obviously, you can see in the top right there, next commentary is on Tuesday, Brighton versus Manchester City. It's Christensen. Back to Kepa. Bobbles in front of him. It's a hurried clearance from the Spanish international, and he goes all the way out for a throw-in for City. Azpilicueta actually kept the ball in, and he hooks it down the line only as far as Laporte. I thought it went out. Clearly didn't. And Laporte over to Fernandinho. 220th league appearance for the Brazilian. As they've lost possession, City, to Pulisic down the line. He beats Walker and gets in front of him. Tries to find Ross Barkley. Dispossessed by both Gundogan and Rodri can find Bernardo Silva. Heavy pass, but a poor tackle from Azpilicueta leads it back into the path of Bernardo Silva down the left. Cuts it back. He's got Benjamin Mendy overlapping. Doesn't use him. Goes inside and then uses Benjamin Mendy. He gets a crossing, and it's all the way out for a goal kick. Poor from the French World Cup winner. Obviously did feature in the World Cup, but was still part of the squad. Should have had a better ball, but I'm not sure why they try to cross it from those areas. They haven't got much height in the attacking areas, Manchester City. Raheem Sterling, who's deploying as a striker, is only 5'7", so I don't think he'll be winning many aerial duels versus the 6'3" and the 6'2" of Christensen and Rudiger. I thought Jorginho would be starting today, but he is on the bench. Obviously, Frank Lampard choosing Ross Barkley over him. As they've got the ball down the line to Ross Barkley from the goal kick, bundled over by Rodri just inside the Chelsea half. He'll look to take it quickly with a switch to Marcos Alonso. It's nicely done by Ross Barkley. Alonso, a little bit of space on the left to run into. We'll cut it back to Mason Mount. He'll be looking to get on the score sheet today. And he then puts a nice switch towards Azpilicueta. Brings it down and lays it back to N'Golo Kante. City drop deep to defend here. In a strong bank of 2-4s. Has its Mason Mount. Pressured by Mahrez, but can get away from him and lay it off to Marcos Alonso. He'll look for a ball in towards Giroud, headed away by Fernandinho. As far as Mount, a poor touch from Mason Mount leads to Sterling having the ball. Tackled by N'Golo Kante, but the ball falls to Gundogan. Into Bernardo Silva, lays it off to Raheem Sterling. Nice play from City. Bernardo Silva surrounded in dark blue shirts, can turn and keep the ball and go to Fernandinho, who's got space at the back. To Aymeric Laporte. He's played 99 minutes since the return of the Premier League. Obviously came on as a sub against Burnley on Monday, as it's Walker. Finds himself in the final third of Chelsea's half, dribbles it out of play, and out for a throw-in for Chelsea. Hopefully you like how I have installed the timer back. It's a little bit dark there, but I feel like it's the best place for it. The throw-in's been taken and it's been put into Riyad Mahrez to Rodri. Not much options ahead of him. As Gundogan, a nice turn on Willian. Make sure he keeps possession for City. Sterling on the edge of the box on the left-hand side. He's inside the box. He's got Mendy to his left. He'll use him. Drills it along the ground. Foot out from Kepa to clear. Willian on the edge needs to clear himself. Does so, but only as far as Laporte towards the halfway line. And he finds Rodri to his left. City wanting to keep constant pressure if they can. As it's Rodri again on the ball, the number 16. Finds Fernandinho. He's got options to his right and he'll go to Riyad Mahrez. Inside to Kyle Walker. Laporte has the ball now. Goes for an audacious switch back towards Riyad Mahrez. He brings it down, but only as far as a goal kick for Chelsea. Chelsea have a little bit of breathing space. We're just under 10 minutes in and it's Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. But City dominating the ball so far. Good cross from Mendy, nicely drilled. That's what he needs to be doing, getting those drilled crosses in, but he was too close to the goalkeeper for any kind of danger. But City on the bench do have 3 youngsters. Obviously, Harwell Bellis has played before. He played in the FA Cup and got a goal in the FA Cup versus Port Vale. They've got Tommy Doyle, the captain of the under-23s, only 18. He's on the bench as well. He played against Southampton in the League Cup, all 90 minutes. And Cole Palmer, 14 league appearances in the under-18s Premier League, 15 goals, an attacking midfielder, and the captain as well of the under-18s. So they're the youngsters on the bench for City today. As Chelsea have the ball with Christensen at the back. Finds Kante. Seems like Bernardo Silva will be the one playing up front for Manchester City. Probably a pressing forward. And Raheem Sterling will be playing on the left-hand side, it looks. Unless they do, like I said, interchange, have a little bit of free roam given by Guardiola. Kepa clears to the left to Pulisic. Rises for a header. Can't win it. Out for a throw-in for Manchester City. And Walker will take it quickly to Fernandinho. Finds Laporte. Finds Mendy. Brings it down just on the halfway. Goes back to Rodri. Mendy. Laporte. Making his 75th Manchester City appearance. Not Premier League. Overall appearances for Manchester City. Great milestone for him to make. Especially after the season he's had of missing games. With Bernardo Silva on the ball. Finds Walker. Very compact defending from Chelsea. Fernandinho. Nice ball into the space where Gundogan can flick it to Rodri. 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. Headed to Gundogan again. Nice cut in to keep the ball. And dinks it to Sterling. Nice flight on it. Lays it off to Benjamin Mendy on the left. He's in the box. Cuts in. Tackled by Azpilicueta out for a corner. Nice play from Manchester City in the midfield. Between Gundogan, Bernardo Silva and Rodri. Nice run in as well from Mendy. Showing us why City paid that massive fee for him a few summers ago. Obviously struck by injury, but starting to show his potential. New subscriber, whoever it was, thank you very much. Renown372. I'm not sure who it was, but whoever it was, maybe say in the chat you subscribed, and I'll say thanks to you more personally. As we do have the corner from Kevin De Bruyne, it's an in-swinger towards the near post again, headed away by N'Golo Kante. Falls to Willian. He tries to head it on one more, but it only finds Gundogan. Finds De Bruyne, the corner taker, chests it down beautifully. He's around 40 yards out, puts a dink ball in towards Bernardo Silva, heads it to one more, try to find Laporte, collected by Kepa Arrizabalaga, and once again Chelsea get away with it. You can see what Bernardo Silva's trying to do. Wouldn't been able to generate enough power to cause any trouble for Kepa to try to flick it on towards Laporte, but only as far as the goalkeeper. And Rudiger clears it to Giroud, chests it down to Pulisic and completes a 1-2 with him. Willian making a run in behind. Causes space for Azpilicueta out wide, uses him and finds Willian behind. He's in the box, pulls it back towards Mason Mount. Nice clearance from Gundogan as he had to slide in to block it. And it's a corner for Chelsea. Nice play from Giroud, obviously great at the hold-up play and the link-up play. Back heeling it to Pulisic. Willian was onside as well as he got the ball from Azpilicueta, who's Walker on the right-hand side playing him on. Corner for Chelsea. He'll be an outswinger by Willian. He's got players to aim for. Looks towards Marcos Alonso, headed away by Fernandinho. Falls to Mason Mount on the volley. High and wide by the young English international. And we stay at 0-0. Thank you to everyone who's in the stream. Like if you can. And subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be a massive help for me. Edison will take the goal kick. 5 clean sheets out of the last 7 league games for the Brazilian. So getting his clean sheet number in the league to 12. He has it on the ball here. Getting it off Fernandinho. Goes inside to Gundogan. Has Laporte to his left and he will use him. Mendy. Backwards towards Laporte. Both teams very resolute in defence when not having the ball. As it's Rodri. Signed from Atletico Madrid. Sweeps it to Walker on the right. Tries to play a first-time ball towards Mahrez. Intercepted by Marcos Alonso out for a throw-in. Pep Guardiola try to give him some secret instructions to his players without maybe the Chelsea players understanding what he means. As Laporte has it from the throw. Goes towards Mendy on the opposite side. Bernardo Silva, who's dropped deep for the ball. Finds Rodri. Bernardo Silva back to Laporte. Forced back to Edison by the presser of Chelsea. He'll look for one of those spray balls to the right again, which works so well against Burnley. Intercepted by the goalkeeper as he looked for Mahrez in behind. It wasn't too far away from the Brazilian, but Kepa was able to deal with it. And a poor kick from Kepa. He's met by Mahrez. He heads it to Bernardo Silva, chests it down, hooks it over his head, and nearly finds the net. Rudiger with a massive tackle to stop it from going in. Great skill from Bernardo Silva, and Kepa's got away with that one massively. 15 minutes in, as Azpilicueta goes long towards Pulisic, cleared away, finds Kante, and we have it to Christensen at the back. I was about to say as well that Kepa's got off to a half-decent start with quite calm goalkeeping, but that one was shocking. Just a poor clearance, try to curl it to the left-back. Mahrez headed it towards Bernardo Silva, who was in the box. He brought it down, flicked it over his head nicely, and just couldn't quite put it goal-bound as Rudiger saved Kepa Arrizabalaga from a horror mistake being capitalised on. So we have Azpilicueta on the ball in the right back position. Goes into Kante. Christensen to Rudiger. Christensen again. Tries to bring it forward. Lays it off to Azpilicueta, who then goes to his international teammate Kepa. Better kick from him this time, looking for Giroud. Lets it go over his head, and Walker heads to Laporte. A 1-2 of heads there, back to Kyle Walker. We'll look for a long clearance down the line towards Mahrez, but it looks like Rudiger and Arrizabalaga can easily deal with it between themselves. You deserve more attention. All the other channels like Football Daily do not even commentate on the game. You do, and you are very good at it. Thank you very much for that comment, James Darwin. But Pulisic is on the ball on the left, in the box, tries to go inside to Giroud, intercepted by Kevin De Bruyne. Honestly, those comments mean so much to me because I want to do this as like a career later on. So I feel like this is the best place to start getting some experience on it. So James Darwin, that really means a lot. Thank you for that comment. You know, I thought it was a little bit of a space in as well in YouTube. I see loads of like watch-alongs and live reactions and more influencers doing that, which is fair enough. Their job isn't to commentate; it's to more just have conversation with their chat. But for me, I thought there's not many people who actually commentate on the game like proper commentators. For people who don't have like the resources to actually watch any of the games, so I bring that, and I'm glad that you enjoy it. So we've got Mendy on the left in an attacking area as City have just played out from the back. Met by Azpilicueta, forced back towards Gundogan. Nice dribbling from Gundogan, brought down by a Chelsea man. It'll be a foul on the left-hand side. It'll be on the far left, so it'll be a good chance to get a crossing if they take forward maybe Laporte. Obviously, 6'3". Not many tall players in the City team. He's the only player that's over 6 foot alongside Ederson and Mendy. In terms of going in for a set piece or maybe winning a header, Laporte is your only shout there, really. I think it'll be Mahrez and De Bruyne over the free kick. It's perfect position for De Bruyne to probably put an in-swinger into the box. Looking for his 17th league assist of the season. He'll dummy it for Mahrez, who puts it in and flicked on by Fernandinho. Massive save from Kepa. Keeps it at 0-0. Makes up for his mistake a few minutes ago. It's a fantastic ball from Mahrez. Fernandinho peeled away from Pulisic and Barkley, and it's a fantastic, strong, right-handed save from Kepa to stop the ball from going in. Got an assist in the last game. And then looks for a goal in this game, and he's nearly found it. It's a great save from the Spaniard. Darren Matthews, I'll read your comment just in a second. Finish this corner, and I'll read it. It looks nice from me glancing at it, so I'm excited to read it. So we've got Mahrez, an in-swinger, towards, I think that was Laporte, headed away by Giroud, to Gundogan, who has to force it way back to Ederson. Hey man, can't get audio through my monitor, so looked on YouTube for a commentary, stumbled across yours, and if you're doing other games, especially MU games, presuming that's Man United, I'll be back and a sub. Well, the next commentary is Man United versus Brighton on next Tuesday, so yeah, this is just going to be a bit behind your commentary if you're not watching the stream of the game. If you're watching it on on time, not a stream, then this will be like 30 seconds or so behind because it's a YouTube stream. But I mean, thanks for using my commentary to go alongside your game. That really means a lot to me. As Mendy's got the ball to De Bruyne, finds Rodri, and thanks for subbing as well. Thank you very much for subbing. Honestly, that's what really helps this channel grow. Obviously, the likes are fantastic to know that people are enjoying the stream now, but the fact that people subscribe knows that they're wanting more and they're going to come back for more. As Fernandinho's lost possession to Mahrez, and Chelsea have the ball with Alonso at the left-back position. inside their own half. It's Pulisic. Gets the ball around the corner towards Mason Mount. Fernandinho gets there first and can play it back to Ederson. And City have possession of the ball once again. And he lays it off to Aymeric Laporte. We'll bring it forward. No real press on him by any Chelsea players. Aymeric Laporte will just go to his right to Fernandinho. No options for him at all to even contemplate passing it to. But he does find a nice ball to Riyad Mahrez. Walker has to turn back. He found a little bit of space there, the Algerian, but obviously not enough space to cause any kind of issues for Chelsea, as Rodri has it. Dinks it to the right towards Riyad Mahrez again. Can bring it down perfectly. What a touch he has. Goes inside to Gundogan. Walker. Back off to Mahrez on the edge of the box, around 40 yards out from goal, Manchester City. It's Laporte. Goes to Sterling. Mendy will overlap. Will he use the Frenchman? Yes, he will. No space for a cross for him, so he has to head back to Sterling. Laporte. All the way back to Ederson again. It's good pressing from Chelsea, just making sure City can't find a way forward. Have it tuned to the match speed. Cheers. Oh, okay, fantastic. That's good. As Ederson sprays it to Walker right on the halfway line. Has to turn back to Fernandinho, inside to Gundogan. Obviously having an out-and-out striker for Manchester City, not having one on the pitch, will be a massive concern in terms of playing it to someone who has a good hold at play. Obviously Jesus is on the bench if they need him. Rodri, from far out, decides to have a strike. Blocked by N'Golo Kante. In the air, headed away by Rudiger. Rodri will look to win that header. Ross Barkley does so, but De Bruyne pokes it to Mendy to win the ball back for City. Rodri. Looking to his right, trying to find a crossword pass towards Mahrez. It's deflected, but does find him. Walker, who's made a good partnership with Riyad Mahrez over this season. It seems to be Pep Guardiola's preferred right-hand side partnership this season. Laporte has it on the halfway line to Fernandinho. All men behind the ball for Chelsea. Tries to go for a long crossword pass again towards the left-hand side. It's blocked by Giroud. Then it was a chase between Giroud and Fernandinho to get the ball, but Fernandinho was always going to get there first. Obviously, Giroud not really blessed with pace, but does have a good international record. 97 French appearances and 39 goals, sorry. It's not too bad. I've seen many worse international scoring records. As Rodri has it, stumbles on the ball, but is able to keep his balance and keep the ball to De Bruyne. Not done too much so far in the first 22 minutes to Belgium. I'm expecting a little bit better from him in the game, and hopefully we do get a De Bruyne masterpiece. And it's Mahrez. He's come inwards. Dribbles past N'Golo Kante, and a foul's been given on him. Mahrez winning it very nicely. I'm not sure if it was a foul. I'd have to see the replay of it. Here we go. Lets it run past his body. Yeah, and just tripped by N'Golo Kante the first time. Poked away by Kante in the end, but did trip Mahrez first to try and win the ball. So it'll be a free kick to City in a dangerous area, but I think they're going to use this time to have a drinks break instead. Yeah, it's in a dangerous area. It's around, 40, 50 yards out. As I've just seen Kepa pick up the ball from his goalkeeping area, where the free kick is around 50 yards out. He ran out, and he's picked up the ball and moved it around 5 yards back. Try to catch out maybe the officials and see if the City players noticed that. That was quite cheeky from Kepa. But in this heat, when it's around, I think it's calming down to around 26, 27 degrees now. But, I mean, in the earlier kickoffs in the 6 o'clock, it was around 30 degrees. So that's when, obviously, the drinks breaks need to be brought in. But, I mean, hopefully, when the weather isn't, when the weather's not as hot as it is, I feel like the drinks breaks aren't needed. If you've got a view on that, just put it in the chat now, Matt, as well, as we've got a bit of a break. Champions League does resume on the 7th of August. Still a long wait, around a month and a half, but fantastic to see it back. And obviously, City will be looking to try and proceed in that tournament with Real Madrid. Obviously, got a 2-1 advantage on them with 2 away goals. Fantastic performance it was by Manchester City. I remember watching it. Obviously, we went 1-0 down, and the fact that they were able to claw it back to 2-1, I thought was a great show of the character. Obviously, as Laporte had to be subbed off in that game, I think it was the 33rd minute of one of his comeback games. City have dominated the ball. They've had the better chance with that Fernandinho header that was superbly tipped over the bar by Kepa. But we're just entering the pitch again. 44 24 minutes played and 15 seconds. And it's De Bruyne over it. Only one man wall, because it is quite far out to be fair, so there won't be any shots, but he'll be able to dink it, I think, towards Laporte. He'll just go short to Walker instead, and then over to Mahrez, who has a much better angle to try and get a cross in. He's one-on-one with Pulisic, gets onto his left and puts it on the edge of the box to De Bruyne, shoots with the left boot, deflected only as far as Kyle Walker. He can then put a cross in towards Fernandinho, who leaps, can't win the header on Ross Barkley, and it's going to be a free kick given to Chelsea in the box, I think, because of a push from Fernandinho in the back of Ross Barkley. On the Celtic, yeah, they were given the Scottish Premier League, weren't they? Maybe that decision was given a little bit too early by the Scottish Premiership, but that's the decision that they went for. 4 Champions League places: Liverpool, City, Leicester, Chelsea. Because Chelsea are obviously in 4th. To be fair, the only team I feel like will drop out is Leicester, because they've really been poor the last 2-3 months of Premier League football. Obviously, take away the break. So, but United could definitely maybe charge or have a last charge at it if they can build up some consistent form. As the throne's been taken, that Chelsea one flicked on by Giroud only as far as Fernandinho, who can head it back to Ederson. Obviously, nothing but a win for City will stop Liverpool from winning the league tonight. A draw will not be enough to take it to the Etihad. He's got Fernandinho on the ball, back to Ederson. Looking for that maybe long pass in the final third that he's been looking for. And he goes for it. I think it's towards Mahrez, who's dropped central, headed away by Rudiger. It's in the sky. It'll be Willian who knocks it down to Ross Barkley. Poor touch from him. And he gives City the ball with Gundogan. Drill ball to Bernardo Silva, try to lay it off to Rodri. Poor pass from Bernardo Silva. City try and pounce on it to win it back, but Chelsea keep the ball nicely with Andreas Christensen. Steven Gerrard is going to Birmingham City. I've not heard anything about that, so I'm not sure. If that's true, then that's a great find by Birmingham, but I've not heard anything from it. As we've got Willian with a nice switch ball to Marcos Alonso. He's got lots of space on the left-hand side. Puts a crossing along the ground, has to be dealt with City. They can't do so. Ross Barkley shoots, blocked by Fernandinho. And it's out for a corner. Drinks breaks needed for the Heat and impossible to not have for cooler games, as how do you determine what conditions warrant the drinks breaks? That's true. That is very true. I feel like just for the restart, so as soon as, for next season, I don't think they're needed, but maybe until the end of this season, then sure, have them. As the corner's gone short to Pulisic, puts a cross in, headed away by Gundogan. I think it was Rodri actually. Goes all the way to Kante, who has to be forced back by Arrizabalaga. Could have teams complaining and using it as an excuse if their team didn't have it. Yeah, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Kepa goes long towards, I think that was Giroud, won by Laporte. Azpilicueta tried to get on the end of it, but he's ended up playing it out for a throw-in for Manchester City. He's linked to them because the Birmingham manager's left. Right. I think Gerrard would warrant a job in the Premier League, not the Championship. There's no disrespect for the Championship. It's a good league. I enjoy watching it, but surely with the success he's had with Rangers in terms of he's brought some positivity to the club and got them to finals and done well in the Europa League. I thought he'd maybe be going for maybe a Premier League job if he was to leave at Rangers. As Mendy's got the ball inside to Raheem Sterling, dispossessed by Azpilicueta and Kante has it to Giroud, met by Laporte, goes back to Barkley, to Azpilicueta, Rudiger lays it off to Arrizabalaga and clears towards Willian, can head it down towards Mason Mount, but only as far as Kevin De Bruyne. Lays it to Rodri, to Walker, and looks to force it back to Ederson, but will instead turn to Fernandinho. He's linked to them because to be fair, I haven't watched enough Celtic as Rodri's nearly been dispossessed by an unrushing Mason Mount, but City keep it. Walker, I will get back to that question in a minute. De Bruyne, nice back heel to Mahrez. Finds Bernardo Silva. It's all on the halfway line here. City struggling to find some space. In terms of those two centre-backs, I haven't watched enough Scottish football to really put on a good argument for both cases, but I'd personally go Ayer from what I've seen, or Ayer. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. He scored when I watched him once. I think it was against Aberdeen. I think. As Sterling has it in the box. touch out for a goal kick. City did get in behind there with a little bit of passing in the midfield and found Sterling on the right, but Christensen was found easy enough to make Raheem Sterling dribble it out for a goal kick. But yeah, I'd go with Ayer, just from what I've seen of him. And he looks a lot stronger and a lot more, on the ball. He looks a lot better than Julian. But they're both fantastic centre-backs in their own ways, so it depends how you see it. So we have Kepa on the ball. Nice kick out to Marcos Alonso. He lays it off to Rudiger. Has to clear, I'm presuming, with that weak foot. Wasn't the most confident swing to Willian. Lays it off to Marcos Alonso. Finds Giroud. Holds it up to Mason Mount. Tries to dribble past Rodri. Tackled out for a throw-in for Chelsea. Another subscriber, whoever it was, massive thank you. One away from 375, so if we can hit the stream, that would be another fantastic milestone to hit. So Marcos Alonso has the throw. Goes towards Antonio Rudiger. Finds Andreas Christensen. Every appearance he's made in the league this season has come from a start, not been used as a substitute as of yet in the league. And it's Kepa. Back to the Danish, Christensen. He's made 30 appearances for Denmark and only 1 goal, the same record that Rudiger has for Germany. So they're still playing it around the back. Christensen down the line towards Pulisic. It's a nice play here from Chelsea. They're in behind. Mason Mount try to find Pulisic in behind. Way too much power on it from Mason Mount and can be cleared by Benjamin Mendy. That was a good chance there. It was a good flick from Pulisic into Mason Mount, and then just needed another ball in behind the City defence to the running of Pulisic. It was a good dummy from Giroud for it to allow Mason Mount to get the pass away, and then it's just no direction on it and no real weight for Pulisic to get on the end of it, and City deal with it. And from the throw, they've got the ball, City. I think it was with Rodri, and then he's laid off Mahrez, and he finds Kevin De Bruyne. Sterling's making a running behind. He won't use him. He'll look to get on his left foot and bring it out wide left to Gundogan in the box, gets onto his right, tries to lay it off for Kevin De Bruyne, intercepted by Chelsea, and they could forge a counter-attack here with Ross Barkley. To Willian on the left. Alonso lets Willian continue his run. And he's got an overlap, but he finds Ross Barkley, who's made an inward run instead on the left. He's inside the box, gets it across goal. It's a good save from Ederson. Pulisic can keep the ball alive to Alonso. Nice ball into Mason Mount. 1-2 with Giroud. Mason Mount with the shot, drags it all the way over to Ross Barkley, blocked by Fernandinho. And I think Ross Barkley was offside from the Mason Mount pass. And I think it will stick at 0-0. Probably one of the most dangerous attacks we've had is a good ball from Willian in behind to Ross Barkley. He found the cross into Pulisic. He got a foot on it. I think he actually missed it, but Ederson was there to block the cross anyway. And then a dink ball in by Alonso. Found Mason Mount, completed a 1-2 with Giroud. Nicely done in a close, compact area. And then he pulled it all the way back towards Ross Barkley, the back post. And it'll be a corner actually instead. No offside. A good block then from Fernandinho. It's put in, headed by Christensen. Good save from Ederson and put wide by Azpilicueta on the rebound. Chelsea have had just 2 or 3 huge chances in the game. Put in. He was met by Christensen. It's a great save from Ederson. Fell to the weak foot of Azpilicueta and shanked it wide. He was right at the Brazilian, but the save had to be made. I always say it as I'm a keeper myself. You have to just, as long as you save it but parry it away from any kind of danger, that's good enough. And I'm not going to lie, Azpilicueta's left foot wouldn't cause me much worries, if I say so myself. I think Firmino is better than Rashford on his day. Who do you think? Obviously, 2 very different players. City are just playing it around the back here. If anything happens, I'll go back to the commentary of the game. 2 different players. For me, if I was playing more of an attacking, counter-attacking game, I want Rashford for his pace, but then I'd want Firmino for his hold-up play to allow wingers and midfielders to join the play again. In terms of goal scoring this season, Rashford's been better as Mahrez tries to cut in on the edge of the box, met by Mason Mount and loses it to Willian. So yeah, I'm not sure. It depends what you want. If you want a centre-forward who will, hold it up, then I want Firmino. But if I want a goal scorer quick, wants to get in behind, then I choose Rashford. But in terms of a player, well, one of them's probably about to turn into a Premier League champion, so it'd be wrong if I said Rashford. Completely different players who offer 2 different roles. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But yeah. So Chelsea win, Liverpool win the Prem, and a draw. Chelsea win or a draw in this game mean Liverpool win the league. They're first since the 89-90 season. Haven't won a Premier League because the Premier League started in 1992. Fernandinho has the ball on halfway. 34 minutes in, we go to Kyle Walker. Tries to take on Willian, tripped by the Brazilian, and it's a free kick in a dangerous area for Manchester City. On the far right, but it's a dangerous area to be able to cross the ball into. If you want to check out the playlist in the description of the Football Manager series, if you're bored during these times, I know everything's kind of going back to normal, but if you still got some extra time, go and check out that Football Manager save. It's a good watch, and the views on the video, it says, from what I see anyway, and not the views I'm actually getting. It said like the last episode I have 1 view when I don't. I have about, I think, 12. So don't believe the numbers you see there if that's what comes up for you. But De Bruyne and Mahrez is over this free kick. If Mahrez took it on the opposite side, I'm presuming De Bruyne will have this one, and he will. It'll be De Bruyne, crosses towards the port, headed away by Rudiger to the edge of the box, where it's Mendy. Miscommunication with Gundogan, and Pulisic is in behind. Mendy can't take down Pulisic. He's one-on-one with Ederson. Goes to curl it in, and it's 1-0 Chelsea. It's a shocking mistake from Mendy and Gundogan. The former Jurgen Klopp player of Christian Pulisic is the one who scores. And from free kick of Manchester City, and of a miscommunication between Gundogan and Benjamin Mendy, it's Chelsea 1, Manchester City 0. What an error from the German and the French. Gundogan wanted Mendy to go out wide, and then Mendy ended up touching it forward for Gundogan, while Gundogan was going forward for the ball, so they've ended up crossing paths, and they've left the ball to Pulisic, who can break away, one-on-one, couldn't be caught. Mendy tried to tackle him, it was too easy for Pulisic, opened up the body, Thierry Henry-esque, and curls it into that bottom right corner, and we have the first goal of the game from a horrific error from Manchester City. They've been dominating the whole game, but that has led to absolutely nothing as Liverpool fans celebrate the goal, as it means they are on their way to the Premier League. I'll change the scoreline now. City have been dominating, and it's not like Chelsea have created many chances to maybe deserve that. Only that last attack they had where they really caused any issues. But it's just from a horrific mistake on the halfway line from their own free kick. As Kyle Walker switches it to Sterling, I'll answer the questions or the comments in a second. So we have Sterling, goes back towards Mendy. Goes to Laporte. Can City reply instantly? Laporte. Rodri. What a mistake, though, from the left back and the central midfielder. Switch to Mahrez. Puts it in his path, brought down by Marcos Alonso. He's pulled down, it's a free kick. Right on the edge of the box, but on the right-hand side of the box. So it will definitely be crossing. It'll be a yellow card. Did stop a certain attack for City. There, Marcos Alonso. 4 goals and 3 assists for him. Best transfer of the season so far for you. Premier League transfer. Oh, God. It's been so long that I barely remember any of the transfers that happened. Let this free kick happen, and I'll have more thinking of that. Jeremy Frimpong to Celtic, easy question. Jeremy Frimpong to Chelsea, to Celtic to Chelsea. Hold on. Well, De Bruyne lays it off short to Mahrez on the angle. He's able to shoot towards the far corner. Over the bar. Over the bar. It was a good technique that from City. Allowed Mahrez to shoot on an angle. Tried to bend it towards the far corner. Over the bar. Jeremy Frimpong to Celtic, easy. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that. Still Jeremy Frimpong. Did any of the youngsters who got sent off in the cup final? I think. I don't follow the Scottish League very religiously at all, but I swear he got sent off. I think someone called Frimpong. As Chelsea try and play out from the back, and it's Mason Mount, heads it down to Barkley, finds Giroud, tries to lay it down to another Chelsea player, but City win the ball back on the halfway line, and it's Mendy who has to make up for his error, because he was the one who caused Pulisic to burst away alongside Gundogan. And it's Marcos Alonso on the left. Yeah, but he's class. Yeah, I think. To be fair, I've heard good things about him. I've got nothing negative to say about him. But yeah, that Premier League transfer question, I'll answer that in a second. I need time to think about that, because there has been a few good transfers for certain clubs this season. As Pulisic is able to switch it to Willian, he's got Azpilicueta to his right overlapping, finds him, puts a cross in, blocked by Mendy, forced to Gundogan. Cleared long towards Christensen, who can bring it down. Obviously not his intended target, as he's in a Chelsea shirt. N'Golo Kante has it, goes for a switch to Marcos Alonso, and can bring it down, but only as far as a throw-in for for Manchester City. Tries to take it a throw-in quickly to De Bruyne. He's been dispossessed, and Chelsea have a ball back. Marcos Alonso around the corner to Pulisic, finds Giroud, can't hold it up. Tackled by Fernandinho, and he finds Gundogan to Sterling. We need more intensity from City. Can we get it with this attack? It's De Bruyne. Finds Mahrez on his left foot on the right hand side. Tries to go inside towards Bernardo Silva. Nicely intercepted by Christensen, and a counter attack could be started for Chelsea with Willian skipping past Rodri. Has not many options in front of him, so has to turn back and lay it off to Christensen once again. Transfers though this season, I can barely think of. What do you think? What is yours? Give me some ideas. As Pulisic can bring it away here, goes inside to Giroud, lays it back off to Pulisic, finds Willian on the right, can't meet the ball. Mendy can deal with it. I'm trying to think of some transfers that have been good this season. As Aymeric Laporte can bring it out from defence for City. Mine's just gone blank. Fight with transfers. I'm trying to think of a few. So Walker. I'm not saying he's one of the best transfers, but I think for the future, Rodri will definitely be a great transfer for City. Obviously, it's only his first season at the club. I think he'll be fantastic for City. Mendy. Gundogan. On to Rodri inside the Chelsea half, brings it forward. Finds Bernardo Silva. To Mahrez. Goes inside to Kyle Walker. I think St. Maximum's been a good transfer for Newcastle. I know the numbers and the place they are, even though they're doing well this season, may not show that he's been too great, but I think just what he brings to Newcastle, just that kind of play. I think they've been screaming out for that kind of play for years, just to excite the crowd. Obviously, there's no crowds at the minute, but just bring something different to Newcastle and runs at players, and I just like watching him. So I think he's been a good transfer, to be fair. As it's Gundogan near the edge of the box, finds Mahrez, De Bruyne, so compact from Chelsea on the edge of their own box that City can't break through. As we're in the 42nd, or coming up to the 42nd minute, it's Mahrez. He found himself on the left-hand side, lays it out to Mendy. Back to Mahrez. No real option for City, they're struggling here. Sterling. Mendy's overlapped, he's found him. Ball across, all the way to Walker. Lays it back in the box towards, I think it was Bernardo Silva in there, and it was intercepted by Chelsea, and it's a throw-in for City. Onside there, and the ball across, I think it was looking for Bernardo Silva, then fall to Walker in the end. It's Laporte on the ball at the halfway line. Mendy. He's got De Bruyne inside, but he'll go to Gundogan instead, just behind. They need to bring Jesus on, they need a striker. Other than the time where City played United at Old Trafford in the League Cup semi-final first leg, that's the only time where Guardiola's gone with no strikers on the pitch where it's worked. Other than that, he's tried it a few times throughout the years, and it's not worked, and I hate it when he does it, because it just never works. So, this is looking like it's not going to work again, but I could be seen to eat my words here as a poor cross from Mendy. Does find Mahrez, who can bring it down nicely. Not meant for him, but he did find him in the end. Mahrez tried to take on Alonso. Alonso wins the ball, can only kick it out for a throw-in for Manchester City. Mahrez looking to take the quick throw. He'll leave it to Walker instead. He takes it quickly to Fernandinho. Laporte. Finds Benjamin Mendy. Sterling in a little bit of space. There's just no room for City to pass the ball into where they can maybe cause any danger. They've been fantastically set up by Frank Lampard tonight. As it's Bernardo Silva. Finds Walker on the right. He's going to run at Marcos Alonso. Has to cut back again to Bernardo Silva. It's like a training match, this. It's like attack versus defence. Fernandinho. Into Gundogan. Rodri. Laporte. De Bruyne on the far left. Can he spark any imagination for Manchester City? He gets a left-footed crossing, dinked towards Bernardo Silva. Headed away by Christian Pulisic. And it'll be a goal kick actually for Chelsea. That ball from De Bruyne actually swung out of play whilst it was travelling in the air. For instant impact, Bruno Fernandes, very good shout, completely forgot about him. Completely changed United's creativity. Wan-Bissaka and Tielemans, two other good transfers. Yes, Tielemans as well. God, my mind went blank when it came to transfers. They happened so long ago. But in terms of instant impact, it's got to be Bruno Fernandes, hasn't it? He's only played, I think, 6 league games. I think he scored 3, assisted 3, and got a player of the month during it. So, yeah, I'd probably say Bruno Fernandes in terms of impact, yeah. I totally forgot about Bruno Fernandes. He's actually been there for a lot longer than just like 6 months. So we do continue with a City free kick from an offside as Chelsea try to go long from their goal kick. As additional time will be raised. It's only 2 minutes. I didn't think there'd be much of it. As it's Fernandinho. Tries to find a pass intercepted nicely by Mason Mount to Christian Pulisic. He's got runners to his left and he'll use one of them of Marcus Alonso. Side to Pulisic again. It's been okay from City, but no good intensity, no real chances created. The only one to really speak about is the header from Fernandinho. As Fernandinho does win his header there against Giroud, but Giroud was offside, so it'll be a City free kick. But yeah, Tielemans, he's been fantastic for Leicester in terms of changing the way they play as well, becoming more of an attacking team. This is Laporte. Benjamin Mendy. Can they get a goal before half-time? Because as it stands, Liverpool are 45 minutes away from their first ever Premier League title. It's been the greatest, probably one of the greatest last 2 years in the club's history. Or in a long time in the club's history. Obviously, second in the Premier League with 97 points. In that season, they won the Champions League, and obviously this season they've gone one further. And probably, and more than likely, going to win the Premier League. Laporte has it. 45 seconds to go with the half. Towards Mahrez. Way too much on it. Throwing for Chelsea. I'm not going to lie, this will probably end 1-0 coming into half-time. Still on 374 subscribers, so if we could get that up to 375, that would be fantastic. As Alonso will take the throw. Won by Fernandinho, still in the air. With Rodri, who wins a free kick on the halfway. I think Giroud just dangling his arms a little bit, may have caught Rodri. Only 10 seconds to go of the half. I don't think there'll be a chance created. As City are going to go on. They're going to pile a few men in the box. Just before half-time. Kyle Walker's the one to send it long. Looking for Laporte. Can't win his header. Willian has it. Just needs to hoof it clear. And he does. And that will lead to half-time. It is Chelsea 1. Manchester City 0. A horrific error between Gundogan and Mendy led Pulisic one-on-one with Ederson, and he was able to slot it home for 1-0. And despite City dominating the game of possession, Chelsea have been very resolute and have took the chance when they were given it, and they were giving it on a plate, and Pulisic was able to bring it home for Chelsea. So as it stands, it's 1-0, and Liverpool are champions of England as it stands. So the timer. And for the timer as well, I have to restart it back to 0 for the second half. So it will be like 1 minute, 2 minute again, but if you just do some just maths, you'll be able to know what minute we're in. Or at least how much we've played of the second half. Just need to change that to half time. Well, not much wrong with City's performance in terms of keeping the ball, but literally one mistake and that was it. So, did Chelsea deserve the lead? Maybe not, because City have kept the ball well. But I mean, in terms of the chances they created when they had the ball were good. They've been very resolute defensively, so them having the lead isn't completely not deserved, but they haven't been in control of the game, which obviously probably isn't Frank Lampard's game plan. We have gained that other subscriber, whoever that was. Thank you very, very much. We have hit 375. We're close to 400. Obviously, the next big landmark is 500 and then 1,000. But that's a very long way away. But what are your thoughts on the first half? If you've watched it, if you've got any questions, put them in the chat now. We can have a little bit of a discussion while it's half time. But it is so hot. It is ridiculous. Let me see how hot it is now. Quickly. It's 27 and I've had to have doors shut. I've just got 3 windows open here that are not very big. And I've had to shut the main back door I've got, and it's 27 degrees. It's 27 degrees tomorrow. That's jumped by 3 degrees. They said 24 at the start of this week, and then it's just rain until next Saturday, which is just pure English weather. Deserving a lot more, but signed in with another account to get you to the 375 mark. That is what I call dedication to the channel. Getting into another account and subscribing on that. That is dedication. If you do leave the stream, or you're taking a break for half time, if you want something to watch for the half time, link in the description to my Football Manager save. Just even if you just go give me a view on it, that'll just help me out massively. And yeah, and keep pushing on, lad. I definitely will be 100%, especially with the restart of the Premier League. Obviously, just commentaries left, right, and centre, just throwing them out for years. And I will be planning my next commentaries actually. If I still have the sheet, which I may have lost. But I'm not sure. Here it is. So no, that's not the sheet. I don't know where it is. Anyway, so basically I planned my next 6 commentaries from the start of the restart. So far we have done City v Arsenal. We have done. Oh, gee, it's so hot. We've done Tottenham versus Manchester United. Leicester versus Brighton. Obviously now we're doing Chelsea versus Manchester City. 376 subscribers, whoever that subscriber was, thank you very much once again. Obviously means a lot, and a like. That's also fantastic. And then Tuesday, Brighton versus Man United is free to air, but just in case you need a commentary, like some of yous are. Obviously, I found out today that some of yous have the game and have my commentary and link it up, which is fantastic to hear. So that's going to be on Tuesday, and then obviously the biggest game of the season. Even if the league's already wrapped up for Liverpool, I hope that doesn't take any emphasis or intensity in the game. That'll be Manchester City Liverpool. Make sure you're here. That'll be a massive stream and a massive game, just in terms of probably the best 2 teams in the world right now coming together to play up. That's why I'm kind of hoping for a City win, so it means that Liverpool can wrap it up at City. Obviously not wanting them to wrap it up City, but the game will still have a lot of meaning to Liverpool because they want to get it won at City. So that means the game will have a lot of intensity, and then that's the only commentaries I planned, because that's the only confirmed like fixtures and TV kind of schedules we were given. So from then we've got Saturday, and then on the stream now I might try and plan a few now if I can while we're on half time. Felt like City were all Barker, no back. Yeah, you couldn't have put it better. Lots of possession opportunities, but missing that clinical finishing. Definitely worse for having no natural number 9. Exactly, that's what they need to do. If Jesus doesn't come on for half time or within the first 10 minutes of the second half, City aren't going to win the game or get anything from it. I've said it, every time Pep Guardiola doesn't play a natural striker, it never works, other than once, which was the season against United in that League Cup semi-final first leg. Other than that, it never works. They don't create chances and they struggle. Like you said, it was Barker and no bite. They've got the ball. They're calm with the ball. They're relaxed. They don't do anything with it. And obviously that mistake was just obviously a mistake in itself. So that can't be helped by some of the City players. So we're gonna have a look at the televised games that we're now being told of. Because obviously I need to be able to watch the game, and obviously all of them are being televised, but still. Which ones are we going to go for? So we have one on Thursday. And obviously FA Cup as well at the weekend. Right, okay. While you're all here... Actually, right, okay. Yeah, this is only fair. While there's quite a few of you here, vote on... My next commentary after the City one on Thursday will be on the 7th of July, which is next Tuesday. Crystal Palace Chelsea. Watford Norwich, don't pick that game please. Arsenal and Leicester. So Palace Chelsea, Watford Norwich, Arsenal Leicester. Which one would you rather want to see? Arsenal and Leicester are at 8:15, so if you prefer later commentaries, then that was probably the one you want to pick. Or Crystal Palace Chelsea. Actually, Watford Norwich is not even on the cards. It's either Crystal Palace Chelsea, Arsenal or Arsenal Leicester. If you also want to put that in the chat, which one you'd rather see or listen to, then please let me know. And then also at 8:15. I need to find out if these games are also free to air. So let me just go back. But you can pick out any of those games, they are fine. Let's have a look. Here we go. Oh yeah, so the Watford Norwich game is free to air. So either Crystal Palace Chelsea or Arsenal Leicester, they're fine because they're not free to air. More chance of getting a few more viewers, get recognised a bit more. And yeah, on the Thursday, on the 9th, because obviously as you can see I'm doing Tuesday Thursday commentaries. That'll be Aston Villa versus Manchester United, 8:15. Obviously a massive game for Villa. Obviously a few United commentaries. I've done it'll be 3 commentaries I do with United, because obviously Brighton on next Tuesday. Looked for a few commentaries tonight and you've been the best by far. Very impressed, and you're a young lad. Keep it up, mate, and I can see this channel going far. Thank you very much, Leon Davies. That means a lot. I want to do this as a career, like I've said. So I thought YouTube was the best way to maybe get some experience. So thank you very much for that. Obviously starting young as well helps massively. So thank you for that comment. Could that be the last straw for Mendy? Bar his first season, he's been very average when fit. That's true, which is rare. His off the field antics have been an even bigger nightmare for Pep. That is very true. Obviously, he was caught, I think, in I can't remember like an interview he said he used a certain place and Guardiola thought he was somewhere else. And then obviously Arsenal Leicester have won the vote for that commentary, so I'll be doing that. So I need to really write this down. So right, hold on. Let me get this right. Am I right? Okay. So the next one is obviously 30th of June, Brighton, Manchester United. Make sure you're here. And then on the 2nd of July, on the Thursday is Man City. And then on the 7th of July, we'll have Arsenal versus Leicester. And that is on the 7th. 8:15. And then on the Thursday, we'll have Aston Villa versus Manchester United. That is on the 9th of the 7th. 20th, that's at 8:15. The 8:15s are usually better for me as well because it means my house is a little bit more quiet. Because I have dogs and I'm surprised not heard them bark yet. You probably will in the second half. So that does that week. Is there any other big games on? And then we haven't been told about any more other than that. So they're the other 2 we've got confirmed. So Brighton United next Tuesday alongside Manchester City Liverpool. And then the week after that, so in 2 weeks' time around, we've got Arsenal versus Leicester, 7th of July, 8:15. And Aston Villa versus Manchester United, 9th of July, 8:15 as well. So notifications on. So you know when these streams go live, it helps you, helps me, see you there, and I know you're going to be there. Helps me a lot. I do this every stream, right? But like I hear people come in the stream and like, I really enjoy your commentaries, and obviously that means the complete world to me hearing those kind of comments. But just to let you know, the people who are new, and I show this to every stream near the end, but I'm going to do it at half time because there's a few of it. I do notes for the games, okay? So this is like the starting 11 for both games. What side's this? So that's Chelsea. Subs and everything. And then there's City's. And I've had to do like last minute notes like down there for the 3 youngsters because obviously I didn't expect them to be on the bench. And then as well I do like a little head-to-head sheet as well. So like form, you can't really read it, and then that's the head-to-head down there, managers around here, like stats here. So like for example I could say top scorer for Chelsea, Tammy Abraham with 13, scored 53 of their league goals. He's got 15 all competitions. It's there for me. I've got it. Top assister, Rospilicueta and Willian with 5, but Willian in all competitions is top assister with 6. So, yeah. I don't just sit here. I don't just sit here and watch the game and commentate on it. Because, obviously, as a lot of you who are here now know that I want to do this as a future, then obviously I need to be doing notes and all that for the games. So I'm not just like, comes to 8 o'clock and I'm like, oh, let's just sit down and watch the game and commentate on it. It's like, those notes take up, like, doing these Tuesday, Thursday commentaries are so hard because I've got to pretty much start my notes on the day after. So, like, for example, obviously I have a break for Tuesday, so I can do the notes like Sunday, Monday, for the Tuesday game. But that break of Wednesday and Thursday, it is busy, man. Because these take a while doing all the research, man. So like when I do get these comments of like you're the best commentary channel I've stumbled upon, that really means a lot because it shows that the effort I'm putting in is being recognised, which is fantastic. Sky BT take notes. This guy, yeah, come on, Sky or BT, just contact me. Yeah, that's obviously the dream. Sky BT, Talksport, maybe radio commentary. Because obviously this is what this is more of, radio style commentary, because depending on if you are watching this alongside the game, then obviously that's not like radio commentary. But if you're just here watching this on YouTube because you can't watch the game, then that's more radio commentary because you can't see it. So I've got to paint a picture, I've got to draw a picture for what's going on the pitch. That's why I'm a bit more descriptive in where we are on the pitch, who's got it, what foot they're using, what area they're surrounded in. Because if you're watching the game, like Martin Tyler, you won't hear him go, and here is so and so, he's got thingy there with him. He's got space there. Like you can see that, so he doesn't have to go into too much detail about it. But me, I have to try and describe all I can quickly in short seconds. So earlier at this stage, but what team will be a bigger threat next season? Chelsea with Werner and Ziyech could be big contenders, and United with potentially Sancho could also find themselves threatening. I think Chelsea, give them a year or two under Lampard. I'm not saying they're going to be going for the title yet, because to get on the level of City, well, not City this season, but especially Liverpool, because they've gone back-to-back seasons now with set to be above 90 points, heading for 100. They could be real threats. Like real threats to the league. For sure. Like, I'm sorry, Pulisic on his day is electric. Pulisic, Ziyech, Werner, Kante, Kovacic, Abraham in there as well. That's dangerous. If they can just sign a big name centre-back or a good centre-back alongside Rudiger, and maybe a left-back, they're going to, honestly, Chelsea in the future, they're going to be strong contenders for the league if they can obviously try and get on the level of what City and Liverpool have done the last couple of years. But they'll be the team I'll be watching next season, or keeping a good eye out on. Chelsea. 100%. Another subscriber, 377. This is ridiculous. I've gained so many subscribers in the last two streams. It's actually been ridiculous. It's insane. I think I was on like 362. I've gained 15 in the last stream and a half. That is crazy. Who do you support? Not going to say, because I don't want your views of my commentary to be dictated by the team I support. To say if I'm commentating on a team I support and you go, oh, he's going to be, or you're just going to be biased, or it'll just create a bit of backlash, and I just don't want that. But in terms of this shirt, I'm not going to lie, I do want to just show it off a little bit because I'm really happy that I've got it. It is, we've got an OBS quickly. It is, you can't even really see it. It's a Dortmund blackout shirt. You can't even see the badge. The badge is there. You can just about see it there. Yeah, so I don't support Dortmund. No. My days, my chair, it's so hot. It's ridiculous. Players are out for the second half, though. I need to get this all updated. City to kick off. Whistle has been blown. Oh, didn't. City have kicked off, and we'll have Laporte at the back to get it underway. I'm starting the timer as well now, don't worry. As it's Fernandinho on the ball at the back. And there we go. And we're away. Laporte to Fernandinho, and we've got it on the way. Usually, like I say, teams usually go long from goal kicks to get them higher up the pitch, but City have decided to keep the ball, which is no surprise under Guardiola. It's into Mahrez. Goes back to Laporte. Inside to Gundogan. He's picked it up in a little pocket of space here. Can he do anything with it? He's got Sterling to his left. Go back to Mendy instead. No subs from either team during the half-time break. Laporte, it's a shocking pass straight into Willian's feet. His pass is intercepted by Roger and it falls to Sterling. Shrugs off Azpilicueta, gets in between Azpilicueta and Kante, but a good recovery challenge from the Chelsea captain to win the ball back for Chelsea. Willian goes for a switch bounces off Rodri again and into the feet of Fernandinho. City need an early goal in this half if they want to try and win this game and prolong Liverpool's title win. Rodri on the halfway to Bernardo Silva, who's dropped very deep. I've read what you said there, Leon David, and it's funny you say that because my mum's been pecking my head saying I need to get a Facebook page going, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. Like, going to try and get it done by the start of next week. Sterling has it on the left, inside the box, pulls it off to Mendy, who strikes, big header from Andreas Christensen, and collected by Arrizabalaga. That was a very good block from Andreas Christensen. With how hot it is and how light-headed that players will more than likely be, the fact he just took one to the head to defend the ball is good defending. But yeah, no, I'll definitely be doing that. I need to get it set up by the start of next week. Literally, I'm not even joking. Like, my mum keeps saying, "Oh, you need to get a Facebook page." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get it done," and I just don't, and I don't know why. Because obviously it will help me grow a lot more. So yeah, I'll definitely get that going. Get some group chats going, maybe, if you want to get involved. And it will mean like I can talk off stream with my viewers if I start to get a few loyal viewers who are going to be here every stream. Then yeah, I do need to get that done for sure. Andreas Christensen though, just getting some treatment. Obviously that would have really took it out of him a little bit. He just seems a little bit out of it, Christensen, at the minute. I think he should be okay. It should have been an easy save for Kepa if it went, past Christensen. But the fact that he did put his head in the way should show some great defending. He might have to be subbed there because he just seems out of it completely. What do you think of the Henderson v De Gea debate? Hendo clearly future England number one. I agree. But De Gea criticism is harsh, given United have second most clean sheets in Europe, top 5 leagues this season. Yeah, it's a tough one, that, because you can look at that either way. Because firstly, you've got to take in mind De Gea's been there for coming up to 10 years. He's been captain at times. He's got to be a United legend at this point. But you see Henderson, a young English keeper. Maybe he could be at the start of a new United that they're trying to rebuild. Could that be one of the big transitions they have to do? Replace De Gea? Because Henderson's good enough. I know he made a few mistakes, or a mistake for the game against Newcastle at the weekend. But for me, I would try and move on De Gea next year and bring in Henderson. Personally, I think in terms of their ability, I think De Gea may be a little bit better on his day. But I mean, if you want English-bred players from your academy and you've got one right in front of your eyes, use him. I know De Gea's been there for so long, but it might be time for him to move on and for United to move on from him. So, I don't know, it's a tough one. I'd go with Henderson, but that's no, downplaying De Gea at all. We have got back underway as Christensen's back on, and we do restart with him on the ball right now. And he goes to Kepa. Rudiger. To Mason Mount. Finds Alonso. Back to Rudiger. It's a high press from Manchester City and he goes for a long switch. And it's the Laporte who can chest it down magnificently. And City have regained possession once again. That's Laporte on the ball. Can look to the left-hand side of it, Sterling. Lays it back behind into Mendy. Mendy with a poor right-footed pass means Laporte has to chase out after it. And does get on the end of it in the end. And he goes back to Ederson. He's going to have to be careful as well. Mendy's on the side of Guardiola, so he'll sure to let him know if he makes any mistakes, Pep Guardiola. Laporte. Back to Ederson. City need to bring on Gabriel Jesus, I feel, if they're going to have a real chance of winning this game. Because as of now, with no real number 9, where one of the Chelsea centre-backs have to press and keep an eye on, they're sound defensively, so Guardiola needs to make a change. Ederson finds Walker. Nice ball inside to Rodri. Needs to move it quicker. Too slow from Manchester City. He's still got it, and he's gone for a switch to Sterling, which has been intercepted. It's too slow from City. They need to speed up their play if they want to get in behind this Chelsea defence, because right now, Chelsea are fine with the intensity that City are playing at. as Marcos Alonso does lose the ball for Chelsea, and Fernandinho can bring it forward. Lays it up to Rodri. Third is De Gea's massive wage demands makes him hard to move, but Henderson doesn't want to come back unless he is starting and is too good to give up. Exactly. You can't sell Henderson. It depends how long De Gea's got in his contract. If he's got like a year or two left, if he's got 2 years left, then maybe stick out Henderson out on another 2 loans, maybe, or a 2-year loan, which isn't fair on him. But if that means that's what they have to do to see De Gea out of his contract, obviously because of his wage demands, because he won't want to move if he's on so much, then it's a tough situation. It's De Gea, see, got in my head. De Bruyne's on the ball on the right, backwards to Walker, finds Mendy, out of his feet, finds Bernardo Silva around the corner, he's in the box, turns, he's going to look for a pass, lays it off to Mendy, who strikes first time way over the bar. Tried it from around 20 yards out, he's never going to score really, obviously he's not known for his scoring. Did play in the reverse fixture though, Benjamin Mendy, and it's only his 33rd Premier League appearance while he's been at the club, and bearing that in mind, he was signed in 2017. So obviously his injuries really dampened on his Manchester City career. As Kepa's got it to Antonio Rudiger, goes to Mason Mount on the ball. Scored in game before lockdown, which was against Everton. And it's Gundogan on the ball as Walker outruns Pulisic where Mason Mount played it to. De Bruyne goes for an audacious cross. What on earth is that? Out for a goal kick. It's poor for this from City. Start second half. They need to bring on a number 9. I am no, Premier League manager. As David Moyes is at Stamford Bridge, he's obviously been given access to the to the game. Because obviously I think he plays Chelsea, which we won't be commentating on unfortunately, but it will be played on the same day of Arsenal-Leicester. Ross Barkley has it to Christensen. Try to play out from the back here, Chelsea. Goes to Azpilicueta, has to clear first time from pressure from Sterling. Only finds Laporte, De Bruyne, to Mahrez. He's going to run at Rudiger, chipped by Kante from behind him, and with a 25-yard, maybe 27-yard free kick, it's a dangerous area for City. Well, one from Mahrez. He's really been one of City's best players this year. 9 goals, 11 assists in the league this season. Really grown into the City team. And he's won a foul in a dangerous area. Central near the left-hand side of the box. But De Bruyne and Mahrez are going to be looking at this. It's similar to Trent's position, but on the left, not the right. As Gabriel Jesus will be coming on, and David Silva. Not sure who will be replacing. I think Bernardo Silva will be coming off, and he does. No surprise there. Not the greatest of games. Obviously not in the position he's used to. I'll answer the questions just in a second. And Rodri's also come off for Manchester City. That means Gundogan will play in that holding role. David Silva is on though. It'll be De Bruyne to take this free kick. Looking for his double figures for goals in the Premier League this season. Will he get it with a free kick? What a strike from Kevin De Bruyne! And City have struck level. That's what he can bring. Oh my word. Kepa with no chance. He scores once again against his former club. He scored in the season where City achieved 100 points. And it's that knuckleball kind of float it over the wall technique that De Bruyne is known for, kind of David Luiz-esque. And on the right foot, dips it over the wall, out of reach of Kepa, into the top left corner. And that is what City needed, a moment of magic. And with the substitutes on now, City have got to push for a winner. As Ross Barkley's in behind from the kickoff, he's been tackled by Laporte and City have the ball back. The cameras just came back to Barkley on a dangerous attack. With Kante flicking it on to Mason Mount. I'll change the scoreboard in a minute. I'll read your comments in a minute. Azpilicueta on the right. To Christensen. Sorry about this. There we go. Ball in behind to Mason Mount. Mendy couldn't get there. He's pulled it back. Laporte can stop it from going into a dangerous area and out for a corner. Wow, that was a hectic few minutes. But what a goal from Kevin De Bruyne. Sorry if that was a little loud, because I've screamed quite loud. But that was, honestly, if you can get a chance to have a look at that free kick, please do. That is an absolute master class from Kevin De Bruyne on free kicks. As said, he was looking for his 10th goal of the season in the league, and he just got that. But the corner from Chelsea towards Giroud at the back post. Ederson can collect. And maybe a counter-attack here for Manchester City. Ederson rolls it out quickly to David Silva. Finds De Bruyne on the left. Releases Mahrez. First time ball to Raheem Sterling. Can he get there? One-on-one with Kepa. Dinks it, hits the post. And Kante can clear. That is, I've said masterclass a few times in the last few minutes, but that is how you counter-attack at the top level. It's not finished by Sterling. It was an on-rushing Kepa who made it difficult for him to find the finish, but hit the post. And what a hectic last few minutes we've had in this game. It's Chelsea have it. Dink towards Barkley, dealt with by City. Jesus looking for it, but Mahrez goes to De Bruyne instead. Turns De Bruyne. And I think we're going to relax the game a little bit as he plays it back to Fernandinho. Wow. Also makes United the only team with 3 current international keepers. That is true, that actually. Yeah, they've got good goalkeepers, Manchester United. Like Romero's a decent backup. Do you think that City could lose players if the Champions League ban is upheld? Maybe even pet rumours of Sterling and De Bruyne already thinking of leaving. If it's 2 years, I think De Bruyne will leave. And maybe Guardiola. I know he said he'll stay, but you don't believe what he says all the time. But I think De Bruyne would go. I think if it's 1 year, I think we'll keep pretty much everyone. But as Gundogan has the ball in the midfield, City have really got a grip on the game now. They needed that goal and they got it. De Bruyne lays it off to Mendy. Gundogan. Oh, that counter-attack, though, from Sterling should have gone in, because that would have been one of the best counter-attacks I've seen in a very long time in terms of fluidity. We have Laporte to Mendy again. There's definitely another goal in this game. This can't end 1-1. And if it does, Liverpool win the league. Laporte heads back to Ederson, just calming the game down a little bit because that was a hectic last 5 minutes. As Ederson does go along looking for that Mahrez run, can't find him. Headed by Chelsea, pushing the back. David Silva by Mason Mount. It's a free kick. Not in the kind of area where De Bruyne can shoot again, but maybe putting a dangerous cross. David Silva did play 67 minutes in the reverse fixture. Obviously scored his 75th Manchester City goal against Burnley. But Mahrez, first time ball. Raheem Sterling was onside. Got there and dinked it nicely, but the curl of the ball, as it bounced, just led it to hit the post. As they've took it short here, City, and they have Walker on the ball. Goes to David Silva on this far right. Back into Kyle Walker. Finds Aymeric Laporte. As Zinchenko has replaced Benjamin Mendy. That obviously happened without us being shown. Obviously, I can't hear what the commentators are saying. But Zinchenko's on. Mendy not having the greatest of games. One he'll want to forget. As we have Zinchenko, number 11, on the ball. Walker looks for that dink to Mahrez. Intercepted by Marcos Alonso. Pass intercepted by Mahrez. And he keeps it in a dangerous area for City. Jesus comes inside. There are the dogs. Sterling tries to dink it over the foot of Azpilicueta. But Jesus was tackled in the process of the attack by Barkley. And it's in a dangerous area. They need to stop giving away these free kicks. My Siri's just gone on for no reason. But yeah, Mason Mount was the one who challenged Jesus, and they tried to take it quickly. Manchester City, but the referee was not prepared. It's another area where De Bruyne could hit this. It's a bit further out and it's more central. It's around, 27, 28 yards out. If he scores this just will be a different kind of performance from De Bruyne from set pieces. He'll dink it instead towards Laporte, bundled to the ground, but it falls to Zinchenko. No penalty given. Zinchenko trying to get a cross in, dealt with by Willian. He can hook away as far as De Bruyne. Brings it down and lays it off to Gundogan. Walker will bring it forward. Goes to Laporte, heads back to Kevin De Bruyne on the halfway. One of the deepest Manchester City players. I thought he was going to go and hit that De Bruyne because wouldn't put it past him to score that. As it's David Silva on the far left towards the corner flag. Looks for the corner and I think he wins it off Christensen. Well played from the experienced midfielder. Or it might have been Azpilicueta. Wasn't sure who it came off. But it is a corner nonetheless. You're going to let De Bruyne take an in-swinger. When we get a break in the game in a few minutes, I just need to turn my light on. So I'll just be like running over there for 2 seconds. But De Bruyne crosses it towards the near post again. Every corner's gone towards the near post and it's not worked, but it's in the air. and cleared by Mason Mount towards Zinchenko. I think we'll just let it run for a throw-in. And I think a substitute might be made here for Chelsea in the process. It will. Giroud, who comes off, and Tammy Abraham on. Just give me a second. I'll literally be back in a second to turn the light on. The throw-in's been taken back to Laporte. Ederson. As he's poor pass from Ederson, it's found Mason Mount. He's in the box. Left-footed, strikes it side netting. What a chance from Mason Mount. They're the chances he needs to be taking. Ederson's got away with that one. It's a poor pass, easily intercepted by Ederson. And all the hard work of City getting back in the game could have been cut out by, once again, another mistake. On his weak foot, side netting. If you're new here, please subscribe. There's 15 of you here, now 16. Like and subscribe. All of you here, please. It just do me a massive favour. 17 now. Please. It would just help me so much. I don't want to come across as like I'm, begging for subscribers. It just helps the growth, and it'll really do me big favours. As you have Walker on the ball. Back to Fernandinho. 18 of yous now. Fantastic. Fernandinho goes for a long ball. Looking for Mahrez. Intercepted by Christensen, but he was offside by Mahrez. So it'll be a free kick instead for Chelsea. I'm sure we'll have a winner. This game's been action-packed in the second half so far, as we are 63 minutes into it. And Kante has it to Rudiger. Poor pass to Rudiger, forcing him towards the byline. Can get it to Alonso. Inside to Kante. Intercepted by Silva. Jesus on the edge of the box. Try to find his right foot. And lays it off to Silva. On the right-hand side. Finds Jesus. Can he put a ball in maybe? Surrounded by Christensen and Alonso, and wins a nice corner for Manchester City. I'm sure there's some of you out there watching who aren't subscribed. Remember, these commentaries are weekly. There's 2 a week at the minute during the restart of the Premier League. And when Champions League's back, they'll be back as well, Champions League commentaries. So you've got to be subscribing and putting that notification bell on so you know when these videos are going out. As be Mahrez in swinger. Towards Jesus. Misses his head. And headed away by Rudiger. To Mason Mount. Pressured by Kevin De Bruyne. He'll get away from him and lay off to Rudiger. Heavy touch and has to poke it away. For a throw-in. And De Bruyne's been caught by Rudiger from the clearance. I don't think a penalty has been given. It was in the box and De Bruyne's gone down injured. Let's have a look. It was a heavy touch from Rudiger. Does get the ball first. Then catches De Bruyne on the ankle. A little bit of a nasty hit there, but he's on the toe actually. Rudiger did poke the ball away first, so it won't be a penalty, but did catch Kevin De Bruyne. But he's up on his feet and he should be okay. "25 minutes plus added on time to go. Still 1-1. Will Chelsea be given their Premier League title, the one they've been craving for years? Missed out on it last season by a point to Manchester City. They're checking VAR, but this can't be a penalty. He got the ball. He did take out De Bruyne afterwards, did stamp on his foot by accident because he was poking away the ball. So he didn't mean it. But again, it was his heavy touch that caused it. It can't be a penalty because he's poked the ball away first and then caught De Bruyne. But it is nasty at the same time, so if they do give it, it wouldn't surprise me. Because it is a nasty one, and it's his fault that his touch was so poor. It's a throw-in, no penalty given. Oh, it's actually a possible red card they were checking. If they're checking a possible red card, then that must mean it's a foul. And that was in the box. That would be a penalty. Surely. That penalty, that throw-in for City failed miserably, and they've lost possession. It's a Chelsea throw. That free kick from De Bruyne. Just the flight on it, the dip, the placement, everything about it, it's perfect. Absolutely sublime. City have won the ball back as they've gone away from the instant replay, and we've got Zinchenko on the left to Sterling, met by Azpilicueta, tries to turn him, just has to head back to Zinchenko instead, into De Bruyne, turns, passes it back towards Ederson. City resuming their dominance once again. in possession. Kyle Walker dinks it into the box on the right towards Jesus, headed away by Christensen. It had to be. Mahrez sees it out for a corner. Backs against the wall, defending for Chelsea. They have 6 clean sheets this season. They won't be getting one tonight. Can they at least hold out defensively for a draw? Mahrez swings it in. All the way through towards Laporte. Away to Sterling on the edge. Goes to curl it to the far post. Wide. I think it was always heading wide. But still a dangerous opportunity for Manchester City. Sterling got it. Was able to shoot. Not enough curl on it in the end. And it headed wide of the post. 23 minutes to go with 67 minutes played. And I'm still sure of it. There's going to be a goal. And there will be a drinks break. If you've got anything to say, any comments, any questions, put them now. Can have a quick chat during the drinks break. Obviously, the 2 goals as well have just come from, and they're not coming from, open play, good, nice attacking play, like City's counter-attack that nearly put them 2-1 up within, a minute of each other's of the goal. But, I mean, Chelsea's goal came from a horrific error from Gundogan and Mendy. More Mendy's fault, but still Gundogan was a part of it. And obviously, the City goals come from a set piece. So, in terms of the game itself, it's been very level, and Chelsea have defended pretty much perfectly, other than giving a few too many fouls away on the edge of the box. But it's definitely another goal in this game for either team. Whoever it's going to be who wins it, I don't know, but I can't see this ending 1-1. Drinks break complete. Players are just making their way back onto the pitch. Showing that replay of the free kick again, and I could watch it all day. Kepa was going to go for it and then kind of realised he just couldn't get there. I'm presuming, because he kind of didn't really throw his arms out to go and save it. He more protecting himself from whacking the post more than anything. As we have restarted with Rudiger on the ball from a Kepa goal kick. Some Mount back to Rudiger. Mahrez pressing Alonso. He's able to get a ball in behind towards Tammy Abraham. Ederson out off his line. Collects the ball. First real involvement for Tammy Abraham to make that run in behind. Nearly got there, to be fair. As it's David Silva back to Ederson. 20.5 minutes and counting for Liverpool, plus added on time. Fernandinho gets into the gap to Kevin De Bruyne. He's been dispossessed and Kante can come away with the ball for Chelsea. Inside the City half was Abraham, where he tried to aim the pass to, but dispossessed by Laporte, who can intercept with ease. Zinchenko gets it inside to David Silva, can spin, and has to turn back again, and plays it to the side to Gundogan. Takes it in his stride, past N'Golo Kante, in the box, goes to Sterling on his left, who's just on the outside of the box. Tries to take on Azpilicueta, tries to put it into the path of David Silva. Heavy touch from the Spaniard, out for a goal kick. Again, good play from City, just not that final third attack, which has held much promise throughout the whole of the game. As it looks like Mateo Kovacic will be coming on for Chelsea very, very soon. Christensen goes long towards Abraham. Goes over his head and it's finds Pulisic. He's in behind. Fernandinho tries to bring him down. Can't. Pulisic around the goalkeeper. Ederson off the line by Walker. And it's not gone in. Walker's at it again with the goal line clearance. Pulisic going behind Fernandinho as the ball went over Laporte. And Tammy Abraham. Fernandinho tried to stop him. Couldn't. He rounded the keeper. Not enough power on it. And Walker was able to recover with a fantastic goal line clearance as De Bruyne hooks it in towards Gabriel Jesus on the counter-attack. Dealt with by the Chelsea defence, and Barkley needs to bring it away for Chelsea. He's met by Sterling, can hold him off, and let it off to Pulisic. Kante to Alonso, who's got the space. Down the line to Barkley. Across the box, easy collection for Ederson. And rolls it out to Sterling on the edge. And he can bring it forward. And goes to Zinchenko, and the play's going to calm down a little bit more again. I think I need to calm down. My heart just started racing. Whoa, that clearance from Walker. That must have... Some of the ball must have gone in a little bit there. Obviously did that goal-line clearance against Liverpool in the Charity Shield. Oh, and he's done it again. That was magnificent defending from Kyle Walker. As we have Laporte on the ball. Gundogan. Fernandinho. Lampard, obviously formerly of City, made 38 appearances and scored 8 goals, one against Chelsea in the Premier League match. So he has been around City. As it's Mahrez on the far right, he's been laid off by David Silva. 1-1 with Marcos Alonso, takes him on, in the box, and he's been forced down to the ground, and it's dribbled out for a goal kick. No asks of a penalty. Hopefully the goal line technology was working that time. We're going to have a look at it now. Around Ederson, was falling to the ground. Kyle Walker, what defending. A sliver of the ball was over the line, but not all of it. No chance of Kyle Walker giving that up. And that is honestly magnificent defending on a different level. Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, they all thought it had gone over the line. But to the relief of City fans, it didn't. As Kovacic comes on, I think it would replace Ross Barkley more than likely, or Mason Mount. And Otamendi has replaced Aymeric Laporte. I think so. They haven't put the names up yet, but Otamendi's on and Fernandinho's still on. So it looks like Laporte may have been substituted. We'll find out in a second. Christensen with the ball goes for that switch once again towards Alonso. He's able to head it down towards Pulisic, who's caused City problems all night on that left-hand side. Barkley was replaced by Kovacic. And Otamendi has replaced Laporte, I'm presuming. Yeah, he has. Obviously, Laporte's done his job for tonight. And Sterling, looking in behind, he's caused Azpilicueta to mess up his header. And Sterling has it on the far left. Hopefully, Otamendi can be resolute in defence like Laporte has been all night. Obviously, letting the ball go over his head with Abraham led to that Pulisic chance. But other than that, on the ball, he's been very good tonight. Aymeric Laporte. But Otamendi on. He's made 20 league appearances with the 2 goals. 1 against Manchester United. 16 starts this season. Walker. To Mahrez. Around 15 minutes plus added on time to go. Mahrez. Kyle Walker. Switch to Mahrez. Switch to Zinchenko, sorry. Inside to De Bruyne. Back to Otamendi. It's back to that resolute defending from Chelsea as well. De Bruyne tries to go inside to David Silva. Intercepted by N'Golo Kante. Heavy pass from him, but Willian's able to get on the end of it. And he pulled back from De Bruyne, but it won't stop Willian from getting in behind. Otamendi stops the first pass. Can't stop the second. Abraham, is it in? Oh, it's off the line again. And nothing's been given by the referee. It's been stopped on the line again, but by Fernandinho this time. And City send it long. Willian was being held back by De Bruyne. Didn't make a difference as Willian kept going. His first pass blocked by Otamendi. His second one wasn't. Led it to Abraham. Hit it. Bounced on the ground. Ederson with a good save. Tapped it again away from the feet of Pulisic. And then Abraham tried to get on the end of it. And Fernandinho was able to block it on the line. Twice City have got away with it. Great double save from Ederson to stop it from going in. And on a final time from Fernandinho, who had to block it twice. Oh, by the hand it looks like there. Wow. Let's have a look again. It looks like it came off the knee on the first time. That's off the hand of Fernandinho. That is off. He knows it as well. He's got the guilty face. And there's no other defender who can really come on for City other than Harwood Bellis. And that's going to be a handball and a red card and a penalty. And this could be the Premier League to Liverpool. I thought it was a great block from Fernandinho because it looked like it came off his thigh. And then in the end, it actually came off his hand. Good check, good spot from VAR. He slaps it away with his hand. I don't know why they're having to look at it so many times. Fernandinho knows. He could not look more guilty. What are they checking? It's handball. Handball and a red card, surely. Unless I'm missing something and I'm blind. Penalty kick. Red card, Fernandinho. And that could be the league title to Chelsea. Because even if they miss this penalty or Ederson saves it, a draw is still good enough for Liverpool to win the league. Fernandinho, it's his second red card of the season. He was sent off against Aston Villa with 2 bookable offences. And I thought, I was going to say, that's a fantastic block off the line. But obviously, it's done him with his hand. Oh, what's he doing? If he just puts his knee out, and even if he doesn't touch his hand, Tammy Abraham pretty much pushes him over. It's Willian against Ederson, 2 Brazilians. Willian, can he get his 6th goal of the season? His 60th goal for Chelsea. Can he score? Willian scores for Chelsea, places it into the top left corner. Ederson wrong-footed, and that is surely the Premier League title given to Liverpool. Just a constant thread of Manchester City errors and lapses of judgment has cost them this game. Chelsea played well defensively, attackingly they've had chances here and there, but City have gifted them these 3 points on a plate if the result stays the same way. Nice penalty from Willian. Stops, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And for Champions League football, this is massive for Frank Lampard. This will put his team on 54 points. Liverpool fans delighted. They're on their way to their first ever Premier League title. And there's surely no way back now for City, with 12 minutes plus added on time to go. They've thrown this game away themselves. Silly errors, Sunday Park errors. And it's gave Chelsea the 3 points in Liverpool the league title. And De Bruyne was booked due to that pull he did on Willian as that attack happened. Leicester won the league at Stamford Bridge 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, when Chelsea got a 2-2 draw here against Spurs. And it looks like they're going to be giving Liverpool the title this time, as Willian's found a little bit of spacing behind on the edge of the box. Nice interception by Zinchenko, but it falls to Mason Mount. Azpilicueta dinks it in towards the back post. Pulisic rises, heads it down. Can be cleared away. No, it can't. Mason Mount lays it off to Alonso. Kovacic. Pulisic. Goes back to Kovacic again. Mount. Kante. Back to Rudiger. And it's a shame, because I really wanted that City-Liverpool game to have a little bit more meaning. But just City just throwing the game away themselves like they've done so many times this season. Not good enough in areas. Wasn't good enough against United before the lockdown. As Pulisic is cutting onto his right, tackled by Gundogan. Weren't good enough against Crystal Palace when they drew 2-2 at home. That's the concentration at the end of that game. Beat by Liverpool at Anfield. Beat by Spurs away at the London Stadium. About to be beat away again to Chelsea. Errors and lapses of concentration have been the difference between City and Liverpool this season, 100%. City just have not been good enough in terms of that department of concentration and mistakes. Could it be a sense of a rebuild for City? Guardiola's pretty much had the same squad for the last 3 years. Could it be a fact that he needs to bring in a few more faces? As Kepa has the ball in his hands and rolls it out to Christensen in the box. Come on, Chelsea. So we may have a Liverpool or a Chelsea fan in the chat. It's a massive night for Liverpool. Saying that this league is deserved for Chelsea for Liverpool, is an absolute understatement. They have completely torn apart this Premier League this season. As David Silva finds Jesus, back to Silva, gets it out wide to Zinchenko on the left, Puts a cross in. Not headed away. All the way out to Sterling on the right hand side that he's found himself. Liverpool fan. Nice. Otamendi. Turns. Lays it off to Gundogan. Gundogan with a poor pass, but he does find David Silva. Zinchenko down the line to De Bruyne. Is there maybe a last hope for City? Poor dribbling from De Bruyne. Can't get past Christensen, out for a goal kick. Liverpool fan, let's go. Yeah, pure delight for Liverpool. Fernandinho blocked it on the line with his hand. He could have even gone with his knee. And even if he didn't get it with his knee and it went in, Abraham literally was running right into him, so it probably would have been a foul. But nicely dispatched penalty from Willian. Delight for Frank Lampard, as this means Champions League football is a step closer for them. Score, oh my days. Good shout. I was too indulged, sorry. Fantastic shout. That's the one thing I always forget to do on the stream, and it's really bad. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is 2-1. Sorry. As Azpilicueta intercepts a Manchester City pass. He's got loads of room down this right-hand side. He's in the box. He's looking for a cross. Too much on it. Abraham's not happy with the cross given from Azpilicueta. Stays at 2-1. I do apologise about the scoreboard as well. The worst way to win the league, though, Liverpool. Literally, the stats prove me right. VAR all the way for Liverpool. Well, there's going to be divided opinion. But the fact that they've only lost one game and drawn twice this season shows to me worthy Premier League winners. And no one has even been near the level they have. There's already a few people outside Anfield, fans celebrating their wins. Kovacic nearly dispossesses Gundogan on the edge of the box. Be parties all night around Liverpool, despite obviously social distancing and the pandemic we've still got. Despite it being near the end of it, it's still around, so they need to keep an eye on that. But there'll be parties all around Liverpool tonight and through tomorrow and through the weekend. They've waited for this for so long, and it feels like the time is now. City definitely need another centre-back. What I said, the Laporte injury killed any chance they had. Yeah, fully. I think City would have given a bit of a better battle if we had Laporte for the whole season, but still I don't think Liverpool would have been stopped. I seriously don't. As De Bruyne has it. 6 minutes to go plus added on time. City down to 10. Chelsea with a goal advantage. Otamendi has it. He's going to dink it to the left. To Mahrez. He's able to bring it down. Tries to go in between Azpilicueta and Willian, but bounces off one of them and goes for a throw-in for Manchester City. Yeah, they're a good side, but VAR has helped Liverpool so much. When City played, Liverpool, Trent should have been sent off and penalty. Yeah, right, okay. Say City go on and win that game. Trent red-carded, okay? That's only 3 points gained for City, as Sterling's been fouled on the edge of the box. So that's 3 points gained for City. Liverpool lose 3. That's still a 17-point gap. You can't blame one. I know there's loads of VAR decisions that have gone for Liverpool, but I mean it's not enough to give them the league and say, oh, that's why they won the league just because of VAR. Because obviously that'd just be ridiculous. I get what you're saying, but even if VAR had gone there, it'd gone like the other way, Liverpool would have won this league. Mahrez has the free kick, floats it in, headed away nicely from Tammy Abraham. It's going to be out for a corner on the opposite side. 5 minutes plus added on time. Could we maybe see a comeback from City? Imagine. Zinchenko gets a cross in towards Otamendi. Can't win the header. Sterling on the edge of the box. Goes to dink it in. Poor cross or shot, whatever that was. Goal kick. Do you think Liverpool unfairly probably will have a asterisk on the league with VAR on top of the dubious decision to continue the season in the midst of COVID? Lots of people will still... No, because VAR haven't given Liverpool the league. I'm the first to say if Liverpool don't deserve this league, because one thing I can tell you is I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I respect what they've done this season massively. And And VAR, yes, of course, right, it's helped them, sure. It's helped loads of teams. Probably more, they've probably helped more teams than they have Liverpool. So you can't just say that. They deserve the league as much as you might not like them. You've got to get real for once. You know, when your team may win the league depending on who you support, other people won't like it, but they have to accept it. The league should have been voided. I disagree with that as well. Because look, we've got it started and it's all safe. So no reason why we couldn't have continued it like we have. As Sterling's on the right, keeps the ball in and crosses, headed away by Aspilicueta, knocked down by Gundogan, and the ball had gone out for a goal kick apparently. That says the linesman. Bit of a late call from the linesman, but he's give it in the end. So look. Yeah, ball went out of play. Obviously, this is all opinion based on if VAR helps Liverpool or not. Well, it did help them, but if it made them win the league and if the league should have been voided, that's split opinions. But in the end of the day, they've won the league, and if they didn't win it this season, say they probably would have won it next season. As De Bruyne has it, just behind Riyad Mahrez as it's cleared by Marcos Alonso. To Pulisic, he's been able to bring it down fantastically. He can hold up the play and just lay it back off to Mason Mount. Congrats to Liverpool, but Liverpool are nowhere near Man City. Just City this season have been so bad due to defence. Yeah, completely. If City have a lot of a stronger defensive season, it would have been a lot closer. And obviously, who knows who would have won the league? It could have been City. But at the end of the day, whose fault was it that City didn't get the defender in that they needed? Because, yes, Laporte was injured, but City needed a defender to partner Laporte anyway. So we should have had a world-class defender in the defence while Laporte wasn't there anyway. So you can look at this different ways. Sorry, I meant people will say that the league shouldn't have been continued. Of course. But at the end of the day, the Premier League, it's fair play to them, have waited for the right time to continue the league where it's safe, and we have done that. So it's going to cause split decisions, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Liverpool are going to win the league. Silva has it in midfield. Has to go back to Gundogan. I think the fact that City had to win this game has really killed off the end of this game as Mahrez puts a cross in, easily collected by Kepa, falls to the ground. Say if City just needed a draw to stop this from this league win tonight, then I think, personally, City would have gone for a draw and just took it to the Etihad. But the fact we had to win, and then then Chelsea have got this second goal the way they did, completely killed off the last 5 minutes of the 10 minutes of the game, as we have hit the 89th minute, or about to. Thank you for everyone who stuck around. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It will help me out massively. There's 15 of you here, so if 3 of you aren't subscribed and we could hit 380 subscribers, that would be a top off a fantastic stream. Koulibaly nearly done deal now. We need a left back and Sancho get back, get rid of Sane and get Haaland, seeing as Aguero's getting old now. Agree with Koulibaly. I'd love to see him at City in the Premier League, see if he can handle it. Looks like a great centre-back. I think he'd be perfect alongside Laporte. Sancho, obviously, links with City, and apparently he spoke about how he would be open to the fact that he could return. And Aguero still has another season. Obviously, Haaland has just gone to Dortmund in January, so him to move to City would probably be very rare. As Aspilicueta's intercepting a poor pass from Otamendi or from Kyle Walker, but he does win it back as Willian tries to run around the fullback. I subbed fantastic. There we go, 378, 2 away from the 380, which will be fantastic as we've had 6 minutes of added on time. Zinchenko fouled on the ball, says the referees. We have had 2 substitutions while I've just been talking. Gilmore, oh no, they're happening now, I was going to say. I've told them getting ready. Billy Gilmore, obviously fantastic FA Cup appearance against Liverpool earlier on in the season. He replaces Mason Mount, and Pedro will come on, who apparently signed a pre-contract deal with Roma, will replace Christian Pulisic, the first goal scorer. Obviously Pedro, fantastic servant for Chelsea. It's his 202nd appearance for the club. He scored 43 goals. He's looking for his 30th Premier League goal. Could he get that maybe before the game ends? But Billy Gilmore, just a fantastic talent. Made his first full Premier League 90-minute appearance against Everton before the lockdown. Who do you think is getting relegated and why? And who do you think of the possible promoted Championship teams will have the best season next year? I can just see the celebrations out in Liverpool right now. They show it in the corner. I will answer that question at the end of this game. Okay, so if you've got any questions, put them in the chat now or save them to the end of the game. So I'll leave that one there and I'll come back to it. We'll finish this game and I'll stay on the stream because I usually finish my streams after the game, but I'll stay on for about 15-20 minutes depending on how many of you stay, and we'll have a discussion about the league, promotion, relegation, and we'll do it all at the end of the game. So I will answer that question and we'll do it after the game, and we'll have a bit of a discussion between the chat. But it means you have to help me and get involved, put your opinion. So we've got 4 minutes left of the game. It's in the sight of Liverpool. They can pretty much touch the Premier League with their hands. They can feel the grasp. Billy Gilmour goes for a switch. It's a lovely switch to Pedro. Abraham's in the middle. He's looking for his 14th goal, but Pedro will look for his 30th for Chelsea. It's a great save from Ederson, I think. I think he was the one who got it tipped around for the post. Or he may have just gone wide, but it looked like Ederson reached out an arm to save the ball. And yeah, that little discussion after the stream, would you all stay and be down for that as well? I need to know, I don't want to be around for no one. And it has just been it's just been tipped around the post with Ederson's fingertips there. Great save. I know it's a little bit too late for City to even forge any kind of comeback to stop Liverpool from winning the league. But at the end of the day, they've done it. It's been on the lips of many Liverpool fans' mouths, but they didn't want to say anything too soon, just in case anything happened. Kevin De Bruyne in the corner can bring it out, and Jesus needs to help. It's on the edge of the City box. Silva clears it down the line to De Bruyne, takes it in his path. Collides with Pedro. Pedro can win it, but apparently it's a free kick from a previous pull on Kevin De Bruyne. Taken by David Silva to Gundogan alongside him. Obviously, the meaning of the City-Liverpool game is still strong because that is becoming a new birth of a rivalry, but won't have as much importance as it would have if City had won this game. But that means they won't win at Anfield in front of all their fans. They'll have to celebrate on the streets. I won't be on long, sadly. It needs to head, but we'll be back for the United-Brighton game. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you're here for the next stream, that is fine. I'm glad to know that you will be coming back. Cheers for an entertaining commentary and discussion. That's fine. That's what I'm here to do, and thanks for being here. You being here, what makes this fun. So thank you very much for being in the stream. As Chelsea committed another foul on the halfway, just under 2 minutes to go, and we're nearly hitting 20 current views on the stream. If we can get that'd be fantastic. It's been a really good stream tonight. Thank you for everyone who's been a part of it. As Otamendi brings it forward to Zinchenko. Heavy touch, but bounces back towards him. And Abraham doing his defensive duties to do a fantastic tackle, and the ball falls all the way to Kepa Arrizabalaga. Remember the next commentary, Brighton versus Manchester United, as I've just mentioned, same time on Tuesday. Make sure you're here. We'll have more discussions, more live commentaries. Just over a minute to go. The title is almost there for Liverpool. Hi, mate. Hi, how you doing? Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you stay for the after stream. We'll have a chat just after the game. And you can put your questions into me and we can just have a discussion. Should be very fun. Depending on how many of you stay and how long you stay for, I'll chat for as long as you want. Thanks for being in the stream. As it is Gundogan, it feels weird that it's about to happen for Liverpool. We're 30 seconds away. Their last Premier League, or well, not even Premier League, they haven't won that yet, but their last English league title was in the 1989-1990 season under Kenny Dalglish, and it's about to be their first Premier League in the 2019 to 2020 season under Jurgen Klopp. They're 10 seconds away. Chelsea have helped another team to a Premier League. They're on the verge of it. It's a throw-in. We've played the 6 minutes added on. The referee, it's just time for him to blow the whistle. Otamendi clears it long. All the way over to Kepa Arrizabalaga. No press by any Manchester City player. 15 seconds over the time played. Rolls it out to Rudiger. Whistle will go any second now. And it has. And Liverpool are Premier League champions for the first time. It's been a very, very long wait for the Liverpool supporters. But they have finally been awarded with the grand prize of the Premier League. They were runners-up last year with 97 points. They've gone one better and have won the Premier League with 7 games to go. Frank Lampard victorious over Manchester City. Same result as it was at the Etihad, but the other way round. Goals from Christian Pulisic before half-time and a goal from Kevin De Bruyne from a fantastic free kick on the opposite side of half-time means that it was led to a Willian penalty to give Chelsea the 3 points and, most importantly of all, Liverpool the Premier League. It was never in doubt they were going to win it, but it's just been confirmed tonight. A deserved victory for Chelsea tonight. They defended really well. City weren't clinical enough, but the Chelsea goals have just come from Manchester City mistakes. It would have been interesting if those mistakes hadn't happened, if Chelsea would have been able to have scored. But the mistakes were given away. Chelsea pounced on them. City have been punished. And the Premier League is heading to Merseyside. Yes, they won't be able to celebrate it in a packed Anfield Stadium until later on this year. The fact of the matter is, they'll be partying all night in Liverpool and all weekend, and it won't stop, and rightly so. Obviously, the social distancing probably won't be kept, or won't be followed. But I don't think Liverpool fans care tonight. Clearly the better side throughout the season. City have more of a focus on the Champions League, which will be returning in around a month and a half's time. So in the end, it ends Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. It's been done. Massive step though for Chelsea in terms of Champions League football for them next season. As I'm just going to hide all of this for now. I'm going to hide my face cam actually. That looks a little bit better. And bring that down there. And do that. So there we have it. Liverpool champions. They're currently talking to Kenny Dalglish, obviously the last man in charge when Liverpool was able to win an English league title. I am crying. Come on, we knew they were going to be champions since about December, if we're going to be honest. Well, November even. So I've had time to process it. Yeah, deserved as much as it hurts. Congrats for Manchester, and that's what you've got to say at the end of the day. You know, they're 20 points ahead with 7 games to go. They've lost 1 game this season, and that was to Watford away. They've drawn 2, and that was against their biggest rivals away. So a point at those grounds are a good result at the end of the day, like I've said. So it's deserved. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but you've got to give credit where credit is due. And they've done it. I think the only bad thing that Liverpool fans have to take from this is the fact that they've won it so late on in the night and it's going to be going dark soon. But tomorrow, it seems like it'll be decent weather and you'll be seeing a lot of pictures from the streets of Liverpool. I know we've had it coming for so long, but the fact that it's actually happened now and it's real and it's sinking in, it's a surreal thought. Champions League winners 1 year, Premier League champions the next. 19th league title. And on 86 points with still 7 games to go, they could easily be striving for an over 100 point season and beating the record of City's from 2 seasons ago. And there we have it. That's the game done. City had to win due to mistakes in defensive areas. It meant Chelsea came out with the 3 points, but don't think that's what really is the main talking point for tonight. If you've got any questions, put them in now, but I'm going to answer the one that was put in just before the end of the game. In terms of who do I think going to be relegated, it's close down there. I'm going to go with Norwich, Aston Villa, and Bournemouth. So the bottom three now. I think West Ham will be able to stay up, but my word, is it close down the bottom of the league. It could be any of the teams from 16th, so Watford, West Ham, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Norwich. It could be either of them. I think Brighton is safe on 33 points in 15th, but it is close. In terms of promoted teams, I think obviously it'll more than likely be Leeds, West Brom, and probably like a team like Brentford. I think Leeds will cause the most trouble in terms of, well, not in terms of fighting, but in terms of the threat, because obviously they'll be back in the Premier League for the first time in a long time, and they will want to put a stamp on it, and they want to stay in the league. West Brom, obviously we know them for being in the league a few times in the recent years, just not being able to have the power to stay up. Hopefully they may cause a few good fixtures. Teams like Brentford, obviously I've not seen much of in my lifetime. It'll be interesting to see how they do. I think they're moving into a new ground as well, so I think for them it'll be very, very exciting. But there we have it. Obviously, it's not going to change my commentary of deciding to do Manchester City versus Liverpool at the Etihad, but the meaning of the game is a little bit less. But at the same time, in terms of bragging rights for Liverpool to go to the Etihad whilst being champions, to kind of like stamp out City as champions and put their name on it and go to the Etihad and really put on a show for their fans could cause a fantastic game for the neutrals. So we'll have to see. But that'll be the commentary this time next Thursday. And my next commentary, as you can see, I think below me. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Just there. Brighton v Man United. I should have put the date really. It's my fault. I'll do that now. What is the date on Tuesday? 2nd of the 7th. 2020. Close the brackets while we're at it. But if you've got any questions, put them in now. And if we don't, I can wrap up the stream. But I am sweating, and that is an understatement. It is so hot. Hence the celebrations in Liverpool. It's perfect weather for it. As it is starting to trickle down with rain, though, as I'm looking outside. Might have to go on a little run outside in a minute, just to try and get some of that rain. But I'll give you until 20 past 10. If you've got any comments you want to make, any questions, any points of discussion, I'll give you till 20 past. And if I don't get anything from then I'm just going to wrap up the stream, because we have been live we will be coming up to 2 hours and 15 minutes. Been a great stream though, everyone who's here and stuck around, starting to build a little bit of a loyalty group in a way. I'm seeing some of the familiar faces in streams and streams out, contributing to the chat, so that's great to see. I'll be looking to make a Facebook page as well if you got that. Maybe better communication between me and you as viewers. But again, it was a fantastic. I've enjoyed the game. Yes, it was very much attack versus defence, but I mean, the mistakes from City just proved to us this season that that's why they weren't good enough to win the Premier League this year. Mistakes like that, constant mistakes, constant errors, constant lapse of judgment, constant losses where they probably should have won based on stats. Literally 2 mistakes this evening, and they've conceded 2 goals and they've lost. If it weren't for that, this game probably would have ended 1 or 2-0 to City. As BT Sport are just having a conversation with Kenny Dalglish, obviously the Liverpool legend. Obviously, when I get off stream, I'll be listening to what Joe Cole, Peter Crouch, Rio Ferdinand, and Jake Humphries has to say about it. So, last minute, if you've got nothing to say, you can start departing the stream. If you'd like, I'll give you my permission to leave. as that does end a historic night in the history of the Liverpool Football Club. They have waited way too long for this. They've waited 28 years since the Premier League started for a night like this, and I can tell you now, I bet every single Liverpool fan will tell you it was worth the wait. So that is going to be me done for tonight. Liverpool are crowned champions of England, 20 points ahead of Manchester City. Their next fixture is at the Etihad, where they will be their first game as Premier League champions. I hope you enjoyed this live commentary of the game. Make sure you like and subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. Be sure you're here for the game of Brighton versus Manchester United on the 2nd of July at 8:05 p.m. UK time. But other than that, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of the weekend that is upcoming. If you're a Liverpool fan, celebrate this, because this is a part of major Liverpool history. So from me, that is it for tonight, and I'll see you hopefully for the next commentary very soon.